Fourscore and 7 days ago, our Russo brothers brought forth to this continent a new film, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all comic fans are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that franchise, or any franchise so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure the threat of the DCEU. We are met on a great battlefield of that war, cinemas, advertising, and merchandising. We have all come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for Batman v Superman. But at a larger scale, we cannot do that. We cannot allow this hallowed ground, the brave man children living in their parents' basement who struggle there, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. Stop laughing!
I can't help it.
You fucked up. You already fucked it up.
You fucked up.
I'm not going to reread it anymore. Anyway, we're talking about Civil War and the Civil War between the DCEU and the MCU. And this is World Class Bullshitters. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me is Dion Green.
Baby, he's back in the building, better than ever, more chocolate than ever. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, I am right.
I have a question. How do you get more chocolate? Did you get double dipped like a Magnum bar?
Well, hey, sometimes when the new formula comes out and you add it to what's already existed, you get yourself.
He got a Hershey injection.
Dion 2.0, baby.
It's like Windows 10. I didn't want this upgrade.
But you'll learn to love it because there's nothing else left.
All right, who else is here? Nick, you're here.
I'm dead inside.
Good.
Dan?
Samoa do that.
I'm dead outside.
And Dr. Phil.
Still trying to figure out who the fuck she thinks she's talking to.
What?
Anyway, gentlemen, this is a reunion episode of sorts. We haven't had Phil in months, and Nick hasn't been on the main show in like 2 weeks. So, welcome back, guys.
Why are all the fat people disappearing?
Well, Dustin's out on assignment. He'll be
Sure.
Is that not an assignment?
He'll be back eventually. So last week, World Class Bullshitters gave its official review of not Batman v Superman, Civil War. We loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fucking
Dion
A.
and Nick are here, and we're going to compare that to Batman v Superman. What was good, what was bad, and what was better of the two. But before we get into that bullshit, let's talk about the news. Who has some news to share?
I do. Pick me first. Fuck that guy.
Dion!
Ooh, yeah. So,
you only pick him because he's black.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's because we've been friends since 2008 on Facebook.
Whatever.
Plus, I'm the
Facebook
darkest
makes
thing
it
he
official.
has, so, yeah.
Did
Kind of a
you
big
say you're
deal
the
for that.
darkness in your ass?
Well, I
White
could
the-
be that, but I'm the darkest friend you have.
Well, no. I mean, am I still friends with Spencer?
No.
Okay.
If you have to ask, probably not.
Yeah. Are you asking me to verify that fact?
Yeah. I mean, I know Hillary's his best friend. They
Oh,
still talk
he
all the
loves
time.
Hillary. He's like, oh, those white girl titties, and they just make me want to spleesh.
I wonder if he's ever had a white girl.
Leash.
Something tells me that he hasn't. It's kind of like his white buffalo, no pun intended. He just really, really wants one, and he just hasn't quite made it.
Maybe one day we'll send a hooker Spencer's way.
Maybe
Nah.
like discount hooker.
Don't.
We'll get him Patty the daytime hooker from My Name is Earl. She'll show up to his job like, is Spencer here?
Oh God, he'd be like, yeah, that's me. That's me. Tag me in, coach.
He subscribed to our channel so he gets that free hand job.
Oh God.
Wait, I subscribed to the channel.
Yeah, your hand job's coming.
You've got a surprise coming around the holidays, buddy.
Now, which holiday?
Oh,
Yom
shit.
Kippur?
Dealer's choice.
Yom Kippur. Aren't we all subscribed to the channel?
I can't subscribe because it says it's my channel and you can't subscribe to your own channel.
Plus, I'm also a huge pillar of the creation of this natural and amazing phenomenon. So, yeah, obviously I'm subscribed, but I can't, you know.
You can give yourself a hand job. It's called masturbation.
He's done it 3 times since we started the show. Anyway, Chief, you said you got news. You were so anxious. Tell us about this news.
Leading into the topic for the day, the villain for Part 1 of Justice League was, I guess, leaked, so to speak. And it's not going to be Darkseid. It's going to be Steppenwolf, his uncle, And eventually, apparently, the rumor is going to lead to Darkseid for part 2. But the Justice League will be facing off a not Darkseid.
Does anyone give a shit?
I mean, that means
I
that
don't.
they have to be successful enough to make it to part 2.
Right.
But
It's not
So that
looking
means-
good right now.
That means that they are banking so much on this first movie. They already gave us the ending of Batman v Superman beforehand. We all knew that. But not only are they not going to go with one of their greatest villains, one of their greatest Superman villains, they're going to go with the guy who knows the guy. And that's the main villain of the fucking Justice League movie.
what a
Yeah.
dumbass.
That, while that is worthy news, that's bad news in my opinion. We need Wade Barrett to pop up and be like, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news."
Poor
Well,
man.
WWE fucked that up too.
Yeah, that's some news. They fired what, 8 guys?
Well, they
Yeah.
actually
10.
didn't fire Barrett. Barrett asked him out of his contract 2 months ago, and that
Right,
was the
yeah.
end of his contract.
They also fired Brooklyn Brawler after 30 years, and Christian no longer works there technically, kind of.
Well, they terminated his competition contract.
He doesn't work there.
He
Yeah,
still does the network. He's still a producer at the network.
I'm pissed off that they got rid of Damian Sandow.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
that's the one I was disappointed in.
So bad.
That's some bullshit.
Nobody
The
gives a
dude-
fuck about Cameron.
He literally turned chicken shit into chicken salad, was given nothing, and they got rid of him.
He should have won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year. And
Yes.
then went on to have a nice run with the Intercontinental title all throughout the year.
Especially when he turned on The Miz. That was a perfect opportunity for him to step over The Miz and be a big name. And they fucked
But
it up.
no, they had to go and screw it up.
Like they
They
do
weren't even
everything
gonna.
else.
They weren't even gonna fire Cameron until she agreed with Ryback about them being bitches with their money.
Which, again, is partially true. But
I was all about Naomi and her big round chocolate ass. You
Well,
know what?
there's
Instead of Easter egg or those fucking hollow chocolate bunnies, you should just get a hollow chocolate Naomi ass in your Easter basket every year. Everyone
Oh, you need a
would
big
eat
ass basket.
that. Hey, we'd all be diabetics too.
We're joining Phil.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Worth it. So, anybody else have news?
Yeah, I got something.
Preach so.
There was an article on Bloody Disgusting by John Squires about how because of the Ghostbusters movie coming out, we should be happy because we're getting toys and Ecto Coolers coming back, and we're getting new Proton Pack, stuff. Ecto Coolers coming back, and we're getting, the vehicles and the Legos and also Ecto Coolers coming back.
What a dick.
No.
And literally, that's
No.
like I just read the whole article, and I was like, he's all about Ecto Cooler, and I was like, that's a recipe that came out 3 years ago that you could actually do yourself at home and make. I'm sorry you couldn't just buy it in the store and drink it, but you had to actually put work in and do it.
What'd you say this
They
writer's
never
name
stopped
was?
selling them
John,
anyway.
John Squires, he runs Freddy in Space.
Let me tell John Squire something that, hey, how incorrect he
No,
is.
no, just so you know, this guy loves remakes and reboots. He fucking loves
So
them.
this guy's a retard.
Yeah, he's a fuck.
Yeah. And he goes on, like, he's even the Proton Pack. He's like, oh, there was, like, he finally got a cool Proton Pack toy. There was a company that just came out. It's on Gizmodo. They have a kit that you can buy. Yeah, it's $600, but it's a model kit that you buy to make your own Proton Pack. It has everything in it.
Here's the thing he's forgetting, though. Like, Legos for Ghostbusters have been coming out for years. They had a fucking... The pack, you got the original 4 Ghostbusters and the Ecto 1. They have the Firehouse. These were all things that were made before this new movie. Don't try to justify this movie's existence and give it credit for shit that came out beforehand. I mean, this is going to be the nerdiest complaint I've ever had, but if these people knew what they were talking about when it came to toys or any kind of merchandise, they wouldn't write articles like this because they'd realize how full of shit they are and that their heads are so far up their asses.
that's
Yeah,
not
'cause I
something
remember-
that's necessarily specific to the. I mean, movies do that shit all the time. I think the part is it's just a really shitty movie.
It is, but they're trying to attribute these Ghostbusters pieces of merchandise to this movie coming out, which isn't the case. Every year they've been releasing new Ghostbusters merchandise, like, without any of this movie coming out. They've been making money. You can go into these stores and buy Ghostbusters figures, t-shirts. That video game really sparked new interest in the franchise more than this movie. This movie's kind of going to be the end of this, like, Ghostbusters renaissance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part I can agree with. Yeah, it's gonna kill it.
I mean,
Hey,
fuck,
hey,
they even
hey,
had
Nick.
Ghostbusters donuts and
What's
shit
up, man?
for the anniversary.
Are Ecto Coolers coming back?
I think they are.
Because they
What?
never left.
Didn't they just change the name?
They did.
Yeah.
They changed the name. The recipe was the same. It was just something. It was called something else.
I was at Jungle Gyms last week, and they were selling cases of them.
God.
Well, fuck this writer on Bloody Disgusting.
Well, also, Bloody Disgusting is owned by Platinum Dune, so they're biased as shit.
Well, the day they give a shitty review to a Michael Bay film is the day I'll respect them.
Oh my god, they fucking suck his dick so bad.
He owns that company.
So ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, the only thing
they
cool
bought
about
it.
Michael Bay is he probably fucks all the women in his movies, and I respect that. I'm just putting that out there. Dan, did you have news? No, you don't. Phil.
I do. Today, I believe it was Universal announced that in, I believe they said November or December, that the Scarface remake is going to come out. And it is featuring Leonardo DiCaprio, who looks nothing like a Cuban.
To be fair, Al Pacino is about as Italian as they come, but
At least he
not
can
gonna-
look,
he's not
he
gonna
can
be-
pass for a Cuban.
I doubt he's even going to beat Tony Montana.
Wait, they're remaking fucking Scarface? You know how much flack they're gonna get for that? Just mentioning the idea.
I've actually been talking about it all day on Facebook. I'm tired of fucking remakes. They're fucking ruining Ghostbusters. They're fucking ruining Scarface, I'm sure. And they're remaking Jumanji
Scarface
as well.
is so over the top. That's a different whole beast. Scarface in and of itself, albeit a great movie, it's not because it's like it's so over the top. It'd be difficult. Even if they make a shitty Scarface, it's not going to damage the original. I mean, it's literally just Al Pacino high on cocaine, which he probably was high in real fucking life. You know, so it's and with Leonardo DiCaprio, I mean, the dude's pretty much proven that no matter what he's in, he's going to be top notch. And they're not going to waste him in Scarface. Now, everything else, that's a whole other story.
I mean, it just pisses me off.
I'm not for it at all.
They can't
No,
come up
fuck
with
that.
fucking original ideas anymore, and it pisses me off. They're redoing Jumanji. They cast The Rock and Jack Black. It's like,
Fuck you, Rock.
leave it alone.
Go
I'm
back to
Wow.
wrestling
actually
or something.
excited for that movie. Fucking The Rock and Jumanji.
I have a question. Are you trying to be Dustin tonight?
I'm not. You pick the two movies that I would love to see those people
What
in.
does The Rock have to offer Jumanji? It's about two little white kids that open a board game. Is The Rock going to be the Jungle Man?
Too rich for
He has the same for Jumanji that he has for Black Adam. You know, you don't originally envision him being Black Adam, but everyone's okay with.
But there's no character for him to play. It's really just about those two kids. What does The Rock and Kevin Hart and Jack Black and who else ever is in this movie? What do they have to do? Like, are they gonna play little kids?
No, they're gonna. They came out. I think it was earlier today. Actually, they're gonna try and stay true to the Robin Williams character. So obviously,
Well, then
I guess
I'm playing
I'll
Alan
make the fucking movie.
he's gonna be the original kid that got sucked into the
Alan
game.
Parrish. We've all seen the movie.
Right. He's not gonna be. I can remember the motherfucker's name. That's why I was saying that. I mean, you guys saw the movie.
Alan Parrish.
Thank you.
His name was
he's gonna
Robert Paulson.
be what the fuck ever. He's gonna be. I'm assuming that's who he's gonna be. They're not gonna waste The Rock, and even so, it'll be. No one cared about Jumanji that much in the first place. It's not like Ghostbusters where it was a phenomenal, iconic movie. It's
Yeah,
fucking
it was. Jumanji was a huge deal in the 90s. You were busy watching Blade and RoboCop.
It was a huge deal, but there are a lot of shit that was a huge deal for 1 or 2 years. It didn't. Is it gonna like all of a sudden last?
Jumanji
He died.
was a deal as a
Robin
book.
Williams
It was a
died.
big
That's
deal
why
as a
people all of a
movie.
sudden didn't want him to. What was that?
I said it was a big deal as a book. It was a big deal as a movie, and then it was a cartoon. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit that Robin Williams is dead or alive. There's no point to make this movie. The RoboCop movie doesn't need to exist, and we can go call up fucking RoboCop himself right now. I mean, he's not.
That's what,
It's not to do with anyone's death. It's like, seriously, if I really want to go see Jumanji, I can just go watch it on Netflix or buy the Blu-ray. I've seen this movie. There's nothing new you can give me. There's one story of Jumanji. All you're going to do is retell it. What are you going to do, make better effects? Okay, cool. Better CGI. It's still it's the same fucking movie. It's like, we're going to remake Small Soldiers for the 21st century. Who gives a shit? How toys come into life? Like, there's no other story to tell. There's one story. It's not like with James Bond or fucking, I don't know, a horror movie that they can just keep dragging that shit out.
God,
Well,
like
there's no
Friday
story
the
to
13th.
I was going to say Friday the 13th. How many of those are there? Fucking 22? Jesus.
Well, okay, like how many?
12.
Okay, we have the Jungle Book. The
Close
Jungle
enough.
Book's been adapted a bunch of times. But
Oh God!
Now,
And
I'm not-
there was even a live action version that came out a few years ago.
The dude that played Bruce Lee was fucking Mowgli.
Now,
because
I won't
because that's
lie.
from Tennessee. That's why I know that.
I won't lie. I saw this one, the new one that just came out. I actually thought it was really good. Bill Murray
I saw it too. It was great. It was
Bill
great.
Murray and
It's
Christopher
fine.
Walken blew it away.
I'm not complaining about that, but I'm saying when you adapt it so many times, it's one story. There's nothing really new to add. You can like update the effects and maybe change a few musical numbers or do a few slight alterations, but it's one story. There's nothing new to add.
Yeah.
Jumanji, there's plenty to add. I mean, the movie ends on a cliffhanger. I think
No,
there's a lot.
No.
The movie does not end on
and someone else digs up after they change the timeline or whatever. Someone else digs up the book, and you hear it dumping again. So it's not as if. I'm sorry.
It wasn't a book. It was a game.
Or the game, not the book. Someone else finds the game. So it's not like. Yeah, at the end of the movie, it's not like it's at the end of Star Wars where the hero has won already. They change the timeline at the end of Jumanji. Someone else can find this game, and I mean, again, I'm hoping that's where they're going with it.
It's not a sequel; it's a remake, dude.
It's a remake. Even if it's a straight up remake, you can go in different directions. There's shit there that you can go in different directions. You don't have to make a direct remake of Robin Williams' Jumanji. There's again. You can go and it's a fucking board game. There's so many things you can do with it.
But that's the thing that they're getting at. People on the internet are they're actually upset about it because Robin Williams died within the last 2 years. So now they're all saying, well, now you're going to defame the memory of Robin Williams, and it's like, oh no, we're going to stick to it. And so in my view, the producers, they're going to stick as close to the original as they can so they don't piss
No, they're
people
fucking
off.
not. They want to make money. The bottom line is making money. They could give two fucks about like any sort of fan service. Yeah, they can say that and they'll justify it by like one fucking fan service scene, but it won't happen, trust me.
And it's a dumb idea to remake this of all things.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us were clamoring going, it would be a great fucking idea, Jumanji again. Same story, same premise.
They did the exact same premise with Zathura. That was like the part 2 to that.
But to be fair, Zathura is a book by the same author.
Yeah, but it was basically it was the same premise, like kids playing a game, except it was in space, not a jungle.
But it had Dax Shepard, so
Well, that makes it so much better.
So it was worse.
I've never seen
Kristen Bell got so wet in the panties over that movie.
Have you seen that stupid commercial with her and him? And
I hate their commercials. I hate the shit out of those commercials. I'm like, I get it. You guys are together. Don't fucking convince me that you like one another. Because no one likes Dak fucking Shepard. Don't tell me you love this man. No one likes him. We all saw fucking, what's that fucking stupid
Employee
ass?
of the Month?
Thank you.
I like
get
that
the
movie.
Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Or we go to prison, or we are in prison, or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, no one likes Dak
Let's
Shepard.
go to prison.
Yeah, I would say that
Go to
movie looks
prison,
like
that's what it
shit. Is that the one where Jim Carrey was gay with Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Mm-mm. Because I love you, Philip Morris.
Oh.
But to be fair, Dak Shepard's also in what was it called? Fuck, I forgot the title. That's how bad it was.
What a story. Mike.
No, I
Sad,
actually
guess.
like this movie.
He was on an episode of My Name's
Idiocracy.
Earl. I'm sure. Oh, Idiocracy. He was what? Frito Pendejo.
Fredo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That movie was good.
Yeah, it was a story.
What
Mark?
a story, Mark.
Anyway, I'm not for remakes.
No,
Yeah,
fuck them all.
that was the point I was
There
getting at.
were good remakes, like The Thing and Scarface were good remakes, but they're like the definitive version. They're
The
all
one
basic
with Kurt
movies.
Russell, Phil, that's what he means, in case you were about to ask.
Also, The Fly with
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. Yep.
Let's just go remake Jurassic Park. Oh
Oh,
wait,
wait.
we did. Let's go remake Star Wars. We already did that too.
Let's
But those
remake
aren't technically
Transformers.
Those are remakes disguised as sequels.
reboots, bro. Reboots.
I think that's what's going on. Michael Bay wants Transformers to go on as long as it can, so when they finally want to do remakes, they'll be like, "Oh, hey,
Sorry.
The fuck are you? Mute your mic. God damn, dude.
Sorry. You said Transformers. It happens every time.
So I'm saying puke in the corner like a girl. Jesus.
No, I'm gonna puke on my computer and out myself like a man,
No, just go
and
shit.
then sit here and
Go
wallow
shit
in
and
it.
don't wipe your ass like Dion.
Hey, that's happened 1 or 2 times.
That you remember.
he's gonna
And I
vomit
remember-
all over himself and then masturbate."
I'd say 4 or 5 before I can be judged on that one.
Well, you've done it 4 or 5 times, so I'm going to judge you now. Dan, did you have news?
No.
All right, I got a
hate
piece
you
of
so
news.
bad right now, Dan.
Those Power Ranger costumes came out, and they fucking suck. Just saying.
They remind me of Iron Man so much.
They look like Iron Man.
They are Iron Man.
Like, if Tony Stark was, like, retarded, these are the suits he would make.
Yeah, they look like cheaper, like real cheap Iron Man suits.
Rita Repulsa looks like shit. She looks like she fell in broken glass.
Yeah.
And she's dirty all the time.
Well, I mean, I think it's the same thing that they did with Spider-Man with Venom. Like, they want her face to be seen, so people will know who she is. It's that whole thing.
I mean,
Well, that was I saw a picture of concept art. The concept art they originally came up for, she looked like the Green Ranger, only covered in
that's supposed
poison
to be
ivy
like,
vines.
that's the rumored story is that because they showed her with a helmet on, and I guess that's the story is that she's the Green Ranger and she gives the coin to Tommy, and that's how
that's
that whole thing starts. Yeah,
that's just fucking stupid.
Like I said, I'm still, like I said last time that we talked about it, I'm still optimistic about Elizabeth Banks playing Rita Repulsa, but yeah, she doesn't look all that great in the concept art.
Not even worried about that. I'm just saying the Power Rangers don't look like the Power Rangers. If you were to show
No,
me
they
that
look.
picture,
Yeah, they
I'd
look
feel
like.
What is that?
Yeah, they're trying to
They got
be
glowing
Avengers.
orbs in their chest.
Now, I sent you the picture about the T-Rex, the concept art for the Tyrannosaurus.
Oh, what the fuck?
The Veronica Zord. Hopefully Nick gets that reference. She's never listened to our show, so I'm okay with this.
Exactly.
This movie's a clusterfuck. I have no interest in watching it.
I'll see.
I'll watch it.
I'm not gonna fucking watch it. I mean, the one that came out a year ago, the short film, I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed that.
Power
I wasn't
Slash
a
Rangers.
fan of that either. I mean, Power Rangers is over to me. I don't have like it's cool to every once in a while like look at Netflix and be like, oh, Power Rangers. I liked this as a kid, and now I'm an adult and I'm like, I have no interest in 5 teenagers with attitude.
Yeah, but it's not voted, or geared towards you. It's geared towards the next generation.
That's actually not.
Oh,
accurate.
fuck the next generation.
That's an excuse
Fuck 'em.
because if it's not geared towards people my age, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was 2 or 3 years, then they moved on. So those kids that you're thinking this movie's for aren't used to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They're like watching the Pirate Power Rangers or whatever the fuck other version. So that's just a cop-out excuse to you and to anyone else that uses it. It's not, oh, it's for kids. The old one was, and then all the kids grew up. So why would you make that movie? Oh, because all those kids now have disposable income and can go buy this shit. So you're going to try to market to them, but also sell the shit to kids. So you're going to screw one over. And, it's like, what is it, Dutch rudder action or Dutch door action like in Wayne's World, Dan?
Dutch door action.
Yeah, see, you know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, either you make it for kids, you make it for adults. I don't care. As an artist, I think the designs are poor. I'm not worried.
They said it was going to be rated PG-13.
All movies are
Doubt
rated
it.
PG-13.
Doubt it. Well, and that's another conversation, another argument I hate about like remakes. It's like, oh, we need to make it for the next generation. It's like, no, we don't. Like, we were all born in like the 80s or 90s, and we watched Star Wars, and that wasn't made for us. It was made in the 70s. Like we got the VHS tapes and rented them and watched them.
That's just an excuse for greed. When let's make it for the next generation. No, get those stupid fucking kids a DVD and just show them a movie that existed.
Or just put it up on Netflix. They'll fucking watch it. I mean, come on.
Like Star Wars, the old ones will live on forever.
They will.
You can't really truly remake those, like shot for shot. That'll never fly. They'll eventually run out of ideas for Star Wars, and we'll have that fatigue we talked about, Dion. But
right.
That's that. But I mean, this new generation of shit. No, just make something new. Make a new Power Rangers movie.
Come on, Hollywood. Come up with some fucking original ideas.
They have them. They just don't want to because they're afraid of losing money. That's really what it boils down to.
Well, they
lose money on ideas that they think would be great.
Like what?
Of all the movies we've talked about tonight, Jumanji, Scarface remake, and Power Rangers, I ain't watching any of them. I have no interest in seeing any of those movies.
No, not at all.
I mean, unless I'm in the fucking movie, which I'm not, I'm not going to see it.
I wouldn't see it if I was in the movie.
What'd you say, Dion?
Not with that attitude, son, you won't.
Yeah, because I don't want to be in shit.
You are. Twilight Zone.
They could make a Twilight Zone movie. I'm cool with that. But
they did.
No, a good one.
Yeah, it killed like 15 kids, man.
No, 2.
They killed 2 kids.
And Vic Morrow, he got his head chopped off. And
then the fucking little Benji Johnson got his fucking foot cut off. It's like, what the fuck happened?
Johnson, those were 2 Asian kids from like Korea that got killed.
And one was named Benji Johnson.
Yes, just like Keanu.
Keanu?
It means Hawaiian breeze.
That
was a phenomenal movie.
I still gotta watch it.
You fucking do. Don't worry about Jumanji and all this other bullshit. Go see Keanu.
Don't you
see there's an
live my
idea.
life, God.
No. There's an original idea that we need to support. Keanu. That's what we need to support.
Key and Peele are fucking
Key
funny.
and Peele doesn't need to be supported. It's fucking Key and Peele got their own movie after taking over Comedy Central. They don't need your fucking help. That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
You have the wrong attitude about all this because you and I have these real discussions. It's like, man, we want good quality movies and shit. Well, let's just keep remaking movies that were good, and it's like the law of diminishing returns. They keep getting shittier and shittier and shittier to a point where it's like, wow, I've seen this movie 8 times.
Can't wait for that next Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
You know what movie's coming next, don't you, Jeff?
What?
You know they're going to announce it eventually, Beverly Hills Cop.
No, they're not. They tried.
They're not going to make. That failed miserably.
They tried, Phil, to make a new Beverly Hills Cop, like it was Axel Foley's son, and it flopped. Then they tried to make part 4, and it didn't work. So that's kind of like Fletch is a dead franchise. No one cares, so they won't touch it. They're only going to remake the things that were really popular or things that little kids liked that are now adults.
You know what? That scares me because Back to the Future could be that one day.
No, the guy, you can just look it up online. I'm not going to go into details, but Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale both said they own the rights and they'll never remake it as long as they're alive. So they at least got like 20 more years.
As long as they're alive, we're fine.
So let's keep them alive forever.
Can we get them chronologically frozen?
Yeah.
I think we can do that.
Did you say chronologically frozen?
I said cryologically.
Oh. You said chronologically, so like 1
it's
and
still
2.
Either way, it's cryogenically. So
Either way, but I wanted to make sure you heard me say it wrong the way I said it.
I want to chronologically freeze Walt Disney's head.
Let's just say, let's Walt Disney him.
Make him hate the Jews?
Sure, we'll go with that.
He might already.
Sorry,
I don't know.
You don't know his life.
I don't want to know his life. He made one really great movie. I'm not too concerned with his personal life. You may think Jeff Hicks is a dick, but hey, I love Back to the Future.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. So
stop looking at those dicks.
I guess that's the news, right?
Pretty much.
Woo! We
did it.
We did it. So let's talk about the great pop culture debate / the main feature. So tonight's show is essentially going to be Civil War versus Batman v Superman. We don't really have teams yet, but what we're going to do is we'll all give our thoughts again on Civil War because for some reason like barely anybody's watching that video. And plus you haven't heard what Dion and Nick have to say. And then
Great segue, Jeff.
We'll compare and contrast. I want a segue, dude. I'm tired of walking everywhere. Remember those?
Jeez, you sound like me.
We should have went on a Segway tour in Texas. Then that guy with the...
I just told someone about how we saw those goddamn 15 Segways, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
It was a Segway gang?
Yeah.
Did you guys, try to fight them or something?
No, because they would have got their asses beat.
Dion, I told those guys about the fight I almost got into today. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Okay, so, Dion, since
yes.
Since you live hundreds of miles away, what did you think of Civil War?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great movie. It proved once again why Marvel is the king of comic book movies right now, why DC is probably not going to catch up. I mean, it was a phenomenal... They adapted it, I thought, well from the comic books to the screen. They kind of, as far as incorporated past storylines from Winter Soldier, they brought it into Civil War perfectly. I think that they gave everyone enough screen time to make you care, particularly Black Panther. He looked like a badass, showing I guess, the good side of Bucky. They did that perfectly. They even went as far as to show how Falcon and Bucky are compatible themselves and why they're friends with Captain America. The movie was just done so well. And even so, they showed that darker side of Iron Man that we've been talking about in past episodes. I mean, and for me, it leads perfectly into Phase 3. And I think that Civil War was just a phenomenal movie. It was so goddamn good.
Tell us how you really feel.
Right.
Nick, what'd you think?
I mean, I never read the comic books. I'm just watching the movies, and I mean, it was. I watched both Superman versus Batman and this, and I think this is. I mean, can I say my comparison or not?
Wait.
Okay, I'll wait. I mean, it was a Marvel comic book movie. It was okay. I'm used to it. It's like all the other ones they've made. So.
You sound like a Jewish kid on Christmas. It's just okay.
You sound like a Samoan.
Shut up, Dan.
Hey, yeah.
Pineapple. All right, so Dion, I'm in the same boat as you. I thought the movie was fucking fantastic. What did you think of Black Panther?
I thought he was awesome. I think that for them to make his story an integral part of the MCU, and then to do it in a way where it's important, but it wasn't the focal point, it was perfectly done. I don't think, like I said, you, Dustin, and I talked about it before, and how, Winter Soldier is effectively our favorite one.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Exactly. Fucking Civil War was like this. I guess to put it very, at the end of the day, this is why the Russo brothers are doing the goddamn Infinity War movie, because they know what the fuck they're doing. They know, I guess, the effect of the universe that they're portraying on film, and they know how to change it in little snippets that still keeps it, Marvel, keeps it Marvel property. And it was done so fucking well. I mean, even so much, Black Panther, he's fighting Winter. For 2 movies, Winter Soldier is this badass dude who can take on Captain America and kills dudes. And here's this dude from Africa that no one really knows. I mean, people like Nick and Phil, who are kind of novice Marvel fans, this dude, he's trying to kill the guy who's killing a bunch of people 2 movies ago. They made him a badass character in a short amount of time. I mean, that's how you make a comic book movie.
I was impressed how Black Panther had a full character arc. He
Right.
went from wanting revenge to finding forgiveness, and I was impressed. I was very impressed. I know this is not a popular comparison, but it's like in Spider-Man 3 when Peter forgives the Sandman for killing his uncle, which was a stupid plot point.
Right.
But it was in the same vein. I thought, oh, that's cool. That's kind of what Spider-Man would do. Normally, I don't really know much about Black Panther outside of a few Avengers books I've read, so I was impressed that he evolved like that. Now, you brought up the Russo brothers. I'm so glad that Joss Whedon is off the MCU movies. I'm just exhausted with his existence in films.
Well, I think, the thing with Joss Whedon is when you give him space to work, he finds a way to needle in little fuck-ups. I mean, people love his ideas of Buffy and Firefly and Angel, but even there are multiple examples in those properties as well as Avengers, little snippets where he'll put something in there that throws off the tilt of the movie. I mean, especially for me, and even so, for him to make Avengers 2, oh, well, I'm tired of the process. My first thought is, what the fuck did you think was going to happen, dude? You made Angel and Buffy. You work for the WB of all companies, but you thought that for some reason the Avengers projects were going to be different? Like, your show got canceled. Firefly got fucking canceled. What I would love to sit him down and be like, what the fuck did you think was gonna? You thought that Marvel was gonna be some independent movie company that was just gonna let you do what the fuck you wanted? Like, it's a huge property that they're putting a lot of time and effort in. They're gonna fucking have a say in what happens, man.
Dion, you sound like you're talking to your child that took the car out or something. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
Hey, if your
Like,
kid
seriously, what's wrong with you?
if your kid
I'm
takes
gonna
the
beat
car
your
out at
ass.
this age, I'm impressed.
Seriously, like I want to slap Joss Whedon. Like, what I can't fathom. You made what, the 5th highest grossing movie of all time? What was in, like, what the fuck? It frustrated me so much after Avengers 2. Oh, I'm tired of the process. Like, fuck you, dude. Get the
He's
fuck
dying.
out of here with that
Chunka
shit.
bitch.
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I mean, from a filmmaking standpoint, I kind of know where he's coming from, and I understand. Like, I'm sure Marvel being in total control, they were just like, you have these 1,100 points you have to hit before you can move, and then once you hit them, then you can make the movie kind of thing.
I'm just
I
tired
get
of
that.
him though, like his sensibilities. It works in the first Avengers. Age of Ultron's a fine movie, but this just shows you how much better an Avengers movie can be.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
I don't have a good comparison right now, but we were given a cheeseburger and then we had a fucking filet mignon, and it was like, holy shit, this is way better.
Well, not only that, I mean that's a great example. But my whole thing is this isn't Firefly. This isn't yours. So for him, and I get the whole filmmaker wanting to build their whole thing. We saw what happened with Fantastic Four, but
actually we didn't see that.
Right. Touche. But this isn't Firefly, Joss. This isn't your baby that you made. This is a property that you signed on to that has what, Jeff? Fucking 80 years of build to this moment. So you had a crack at it. It went extremely well, and you wanted to do the fucking sequel. So of course they're going to say, listen, stick to what you did before, but make this movie. And for him to make Avengers, but then after it's made to go back and say, oh man, I was just so tired of the process. Motherfucker, you're dealing with the hottest property right now. Period. Point blank period. You're dealing with a franchise that's bigger than Star Wars. That's people have more fucking hope and investment in than fucking Star Wars. What did you think was going to happen? They're going to make Marvel movies from today until my black ass is about to fucking die now because this movie was so good. And here you are saying, "Oh well, I was tired of the process." Fucking that doesn't make any fucking the check didn't fucking bounce. So don't fucking tell me that. Oh, I was surprised when they said, "Oh shit, they wanted me to do this." Yeah, they want you to do this. They don't want you to fuck up because they watched fucking Firefly. They saw what you did with that shit.
I just can't wait for the few listeners we have to actually go, but Firefly was a great show. Dion doesn't know what he's talking about. Blah,
but Firefly is a great show, and Dion doesn't know what he's talking about.
Fuck off!
Listen. Firefly. I'm going to tell them what I tell every other adult male that still jizzes in their pants when they hear Joss Whedon's name. Fucking Firefly is a great concept. It's a fantastic concept.
It's poor man's
But do not tell me that it was done well. Firefly ended because Joss Whedon didn't have someone to say, "Hey, Joss, don't fucking do that. You want to make a great character with Nathan Fillion as the fucking tip of your spear? Focus on that." I don't fucking care about him going off and fucking dancing with his hooker girlfriend on this fucking planet because she looks cute. Focus on one fucking thing at one fucking time. And sure enough, Joss Whedon did what he always did with shit, is he wants to wander off and we want to see the character from this. We don't want to see the character from this point of view. You fucking show me this one thing. Stick to the one fucking thing, Joss. I don't want to hear this other bullshit. That is exactly why Firefly failed. It wasn't that the Fox didn't want the show. You can't have Joss. He's like a fucking kid who's ADD and they didn't want to give him his Ritalin and he's running around the room shitting all over the place. Fucking focus on the one thing and give me the one thing that you came up with.
I love that. Out of all of that, that is the one thing that Nick took away from it. Ritalin makes you shit? Fuck off!
So Paw Patrol does. So Dion, I'm loving
Tell us how
your
you
rant.
really feel.
Let's rant about Batman v Superman. Talk about, if you want to bitch about a director fucking up, Zack Snyder. What a garbage director. You can like 300, you can like Watchmen. He's like a little kid hanging out with grown-ups. He is trying so hard to impress those grown-ups. He's telling dirty jokes. He's trying to show how cool he is. But to quote a great guy, at the end of the day, he's just a fucking child in big boy pants, and he can't handle Batman or Superman. That's why Ben Affleck's coming in as a producer, and he's directing Batman, and they're getting rid of Zack Snyder's bitch ass. So let's talk about what Batman v Superman did wrong compared to Civil War.
Everything. There we go.
Good show.
Yeah,
Thanks.
All right, everybody. See you guys next week.
Well, no, it's funny because that movie had what, 3 main characters?
Yeah.
4 main characters.
Yeah.
And
Well, who's the fourth character?
Luther.
Yeah.
Luther.
Who's the third? Wonder Woman ain't a main character in that movie. She's
Like-
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane.
I don't think she's that important to the plot, but okay, keep going.
That's why it sucks.
She
Jeff.
found the fucking bullet,
Well, no,
That bullet
I'm
was
just.
retarded.
and it put her in a
bullet-
storyline with Luther.
Yeah, that bullet was dumb. And even then, like with 3 or 4 main characters, they fucked it up. And Civil War, they had 12. We'll
Actually,
say 12.
like 15.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll say 15
15
then. And it was cohesive. It was a story. Like, how do you fuck that up?
Man, with 2 main characters, they were gonna fuck that up.
Listen,
Fucked up one with Man of Steel.
Jesus, to build off what Jeff said, Zack Snyder is worse than the kid who's trying to be an adult. Zack Snyder is the adult who's part of the conversation, but he keeps saying really dumb shit where the group looks at him and we're gonna give him a chance. We'll ignore him. Man of Steel. We ignored his first fucking comment, and then we're talking about, yeah, man, fucking Superman is Superman, and Batman's gonna come and fuck his girl or whatever, and then he says something else really fucking dumb, Batman versus Superman, and we looked at him and said, Zach, shut the fuck up. He's the adult who's part of the conversation who still sounds like a fucking idiot.
So he's douche canoe.
He is douche canoe. Zack Snyder is douche canoe. Like, I said it last week. I don't care. I don't want to see Superman be gritty. I don't care what Zack Snyder's Superman is. Show me fucking Superman.
Dion, I wish you would have been at Free Comic Book Day, because this older guy, first off, he was really cool. And then, as we talked, I liked him less and less, because all he wanted to go on how great Batman v Superman is, and how great Star Wars Episode 7 is. And at that point in time, I was like, I know you liked it because you liked Star Wars as a kid and it made you feel good, but you just... Then he told me how much he enjoys Rob Zombie movies, and then I just...
Oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah, get out. Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had
fuck
to-
outta here.
Did you get his address? I'll go fucking
immediate
punch him in the
foot-
face.
He lives behind Best Buy.
Of
I'll
course
go
it's behind
uppercut
Best
him.
Buy.
No, but my point
And
is, he was
one
going
of these days... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say, because mine's not as funny as yours.
One of these days, whether it's Free Comic Book Day or definitely a convention, I'm purposely going to go with you so that I can embarrass some fucking corporate wannabe apologist asshole who has the audacity to look me in my chocolate face and say to me, this shitty thing is good. So I can look back at him and say, first of all, you are too old to not know what shit is and still fucking eat it. Second of all, you're going to tell me that Batman vs. Superman is fucking good? You mean to tell me that fucking Superman walking around moping the whole fucking goddamn movie
Well, let me tell
makes
you why
sense to
he
you?
justifies this.
That because we want to see...
No, he justifies it. Oh, in the 70s, somebody wrote a novel, and Superman was like that. That's how I interpreted the novel. Okay, well, what about the other 80 years of Superman lore that this novel wasn't like?
Shit, there was a fucking goddamn storyline where he was made of fucking... He had electric powers. That don't mean it's a good fucking movie, asshole.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeff,
Okay? I don't...
Hey, Dan, what?
when is Horror Hound?
Oh, September?
Oh my god.
Wait.
I'm going.
Is Paul Rudd still coming?
No, Paul Rudd got canceled, but I still might get a table if there's some available.
Yeah, we should do it.
If
I'll look
you
into it.
get a table, let me know, because I'm taking that time off and someone's getting put in their goddamn place.
Well, this guy won't be at Horror Hound. He lives right by me. He was at Free Comic Book Day, but then he goes on to say how great Batman v Superman is because it's a Greek tragedy and that we don't understand. That people aren't smart enough.
The
Does he know what a
tragedy is the
Greek
fact that it
tragedy is?
exists.
Thank you, Dan.
Does
You're
anybody
welcome.
read Greek tragedies anymore?
You know who read the fucking Greek tragedies? Motherfuckers who are dead right now.
The Greeks?
Greeks?
And now they're
Yeah. And the old
They should have read a
motherfuckers-
Forbes magazine.
Yeah, people who actually fought in World War I read them, and they're fucking dead. So it did them no goddamn good. Okay, it baffled. Like I said, and I told you I went with my sister. The fucking movie. You get how dumb Zack Snyder is. You get to the fight scene. It's fucking Doomsday. Fucking the one dude that Superman is supposed to be. You don't even have to be a comic book fan to know. Holy shit,
I know
this
that.
gargoyle-looking motherfucker is a big deal. And Batman and Wonder Woman, the bitch who no one recognized because it's, she wasn't in the goddamn movie, and Batman, I tried to stab you, but you mentioned my mom's name, but we're cool now. They're fighting this giant thing,
Jesus
and
Christ,
Superman
that was a dumb
stops
fucking
to talk to this semi-attractive fucking bitch. Oh, I love you. Motherfucker, Go fight fucking Doomsday. We don't have time for you to try to get your dick sucked right now. Go fight the Thing fighting Batman. Go do that. And I'm like, Zack Snyder, you fucking asshole. Why would Superman stop and say, you know what, Lois? You need to know how I feel right now. Those two guys are about to get killed, but you need to know that I have a raging Kryptonian boner for you. No, I don't. Fucking go be Superman, you asshole.
Where does that movie shit the bed, in your opinion?
The movie shat the bed for me
once it started.
Well, besides that, but when fucking Ben Affleck's semi-talented ass is sitting at the Bat computer and he's dreaming, and it's fucking Batman in a duster. Oh, I'm gonna buy Krypton.
That's the same point for me too. I was just thinking that. I was like, yeah, that's the point when I was like, nope, can't. I don't know what this means.
Batman in his duster.
I'm like, what the fuck? And I felt stupid too, because we talked about it before, and Jeff brought it up, and he's like, it's gonna Batman's gonna punch a dude in the knee, and it's gonna explode, and that's gonna be the thing that they make rated R. And I was sitting there, I was like, please, at least show me that. At least show me a dude getting punched in the kneecap, so I can look my beautiful wife in her eyes and say, you know what, babe, I haven't made a fucking mistake tonight. But that didn't happen, and I made a grave fucking mistake. And that's when I was like, this movie is going to suck for the next hour and a half.
It took you that long?
Because I was hopeful, man. I was
like, the minute I knew it shit the bed is when the little Bruce Wayne got lifted by the bats, and Dan and I looked over each other and said, seriously? This is how this thing starts?
I saw that, and I was like, I'm done. I already know how this is going.
I was like, really? That's it? What the fuck? That was so dumb. And this guy, I said to the guy at the store, like, the whole plot with Lex Luthor trying to blackmail Superman with the bullet. What the fuck is that about? Superman doesn't use weapons. Like, there were bullets found on the scene. Who gives a shit? Like, Superman punches through walls and uses lasers and, like, snaps your neck. Are they going to get fingerprints off of him? And why doesn't Superman...
Kryptonians don't have fingerprints. I mean, everybody knows that.
Why doesn't Superman save the people at the Capitol building?
Because fuck them.
Thank you.
That was
Not
the other
only that,
thing,
but
Nick.
to show you how dumb Zack Snyder is, he's already established that Superman is willing to kill because of that shitty movie. So we know that if something goes down, he's willing to fucking kill someone. He's willing to kill someone who's just as powerful as he is. So when some stringy-haired, skinny, incomprehensible, Chuck-wearing motherfucker who pees in jars and gives it to old white women says, I'm going to kill your mother, I swear to God, I was like, why doesn't he just grab this universe that you've created? This Superman would say, I'm not going to go kill Batman. I'm going to fucking break your bones until you tell me where my fucking mom is. He already told us what Superman is willing to fucking do for people. But his mother, oh my God, I better go and kill this masked white dude who I met a day ago. That doesn't make any fucking sense. If you killed someone a year ago and some ugly piece of shit's like, I got your mom, I'm going to fucking kill her unless you do this thing, you would say, I have super speed, I have super strength, I could blow his fucking head up. I don't have to do a fucking thing that... You could even go into X-ray vision and just look around the fucking city. Oh, there's my mom. I'm going to go fucking save her. But no. This Superman, with his fucking teeny dick and his ugly-ass fucking girlfriend, let me go kill this one dude who I met 2 days ago. Fuck you, Zack Snyder. If I ever see him, I'm going to fuck him up to the white meat of his fucking skull. Because I wasted 2.5 hours. And I'm going to fucking make him pay me to the fucking minute.
You got to take out the chunk of his ass for Man of Steel as well.
Oh, God, fuck yeah. I owe you for 2... He's already down 2 movies for us. Especially me.
I don't know how Batman v Superman... Movies. I think Batman v Superman is still better than Man of Steel. And it's a piece of shit. They both suck. But yes. Batman v Superman at least has Batman in it, and I can get behind some of that shit.
Well, at the very least, we at least have Batman punching the dude into the floor. So it's like, okay, that was cool. But other than that, I'm just like, Zach, you are really tickling my balls right now, and I don't fucking like it, man.
Did you hear Zack Snyder's idea of being dark about having Batman raped in prison?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that was something he threw out there. It was probably a hypothetical, but he's still so dumb. Even
then, like the fact that he said that in an article, just it's exactly what Dion said. He's the dumb guy in the adult conversation who says dumb shit. That's exactly what that is.
They need to get this dude off Justice League. I have no interest in this movie.
The one thing I hated about it
was, go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
The one thing I hated about it is that they had the fucking Batman origin story again. It's like, we don't need any origin story of any of these fucking characters. Everybody knows these things. Like, there's no need for any origin story ever again.
My grandma knows Batman's origin story.
Well, I mean, that's why I liked Spider-Man in Civil War. There was no origin story. He was just there, and like, all that happened is Tony Stark gave him a suit, and he had his little web things, and that was it. It was done.
Well, and again, it's like, and I think that the funny thing was that, WB is playing off like, well, I know you guys heard that we're going to kick him off the project. We're still looking at, like, we clearly know that you're going to kick him off the project. So one, don't pretend like you're going to keep fucking Zack Snyder around after giving him $200 million to make a movie and he fucking dropped the ball, number one. Number two, the fact that Zack Snyder had one good movie, one semi-relevant movie, 300 when it came out, you have to admit you bet on this guy and you fucking lost, because he has no idea what the fuck he's doing with this movie. It's so clear that he has no idea, and then that he's so fucking full of himself. Well, I told him that Batman should get raped in prison. What the fuck does that have to do with anything that we're talking about, Zach?
That is literally the worst idea you could have in a Batman film.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the worst idea you could have in life. That's a horrible fucking idea.
We're living in this whole, we gotta, be so inclusive generation, but if, like, my hero, like, if I knew The Rock got raped, I'd be like, you're not as cool as I thought. So if Batman got raped in a movie, I'd be like, what? What? I wouldn't think Batman's as cool.
Even so, Batman for children.
That makes no sense. It's not even for children. Batman's character is based on he was given shit and he rose above it. So for Batman to be this kid whose parents got killed and he becomes a superhero, you mean that same kid is going to let some dude... First of all, he's going to be dumb enough to go to jail. Secondly, he's going to get raped in jail? Like, that, he fucking trains himself to beat people with his bare hands. He's the epitome of what a human should be, but he got raped in jail? Like what, did he fucking have a cold one week and some dude slipped it in while he was throwing up on the toilet? Like, that's not the character. That's not the kid. The kid whose parents got killed isn't going to let some random dude say, hey, my dick is throbbing for that asshole. That's not the character.
That rich white boy asshole.
Yeah, it's like, Zach, I want to hit you so hard right now.
No, I loved 300 and I loved Watchmen, and I had a little bit of hope for him. It was with Superman Returns and Batman versus Superman, but not anymore. Not anymore. He needs to go back to. He needs to be demoted and start doing TV or I don't know, YouTube shit or something.
Yeah, go back to making movies with fucking shitty CGI. Like, stick with that. Go back, make Sucker Punch 2. I'll let you make Sucker Punch 2. I'm okay with that. Stay the fuck away from comic book movies, please.
The problem with Batman v Superman that this guy at the comic book store couldn't comprehend was it's damaging the brand.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Look it. This movie sits at like a 29% Rotten rating. Dan, check that out for me. All
I think
right?
it fell since then.
Batman vs Superman, yeah, it's sitting at like a 7 last time I looked.
Wait, 7?
God damn!
I don't know if it was
There's
that
no
low.
way it's 7. Dan,
It was. I thought it was like a
27.
27. Yeah.
What's Civil War at?
Civil War.
Was it at 91 before I went?
Currently at 90.
Okay, that's an A. In college, that's a 4. That's like the best grade you could get, realistically. No, very few movies have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. And so, at the end of the day, Rotten Tomatoes is just an aggregate of all these review scores. It's what everyone thinks about a movie. I think if enough people think about something a certain way, it's like,
Well, even
and
so,
also,
it's like 90%. That means that fucking 90 out of 100 people like this movie, compared to 27 people out of 100 people.
My
fucking...
third grade class liked Batman v Superman. My entire high school graduating class liked Civil War.
Yeah, it's fucking like, you don't fucking see that? You think that fucking 83 people or 73 people are like, oh, fuck, man. They're all wrong, dude. All of them are just, they don't get it. They don't get my fucking movie, bro. Shut the fuck up, Zack Snyder.
At the end of the day, it's
At the end of a day? Which day?
At the end, at the end of the day,
Saturday.
it's showbiz. It's business. Money is what matters.
Right, but
Marvel's
there's
way the
good
fuck better at
business.
it. Marvel's way the fuck better at it than DC is.
Right, and there's good business and bad business. Like that, and someone told me that when I was talking to the guy, this is the same dude at work that thought that episode 7 was great, and I was like, it's not fucking good, man. People who will say, oh, well, if it makes money, it's fucking means it's successful. Fucking Avatar is the highest grossing movie of all time, and they are struggling to get a sequel made. Why?
It was a gimmick film.
Because it was a fucking gimmick.
It
was a fucking flash in the pan where it worked for how was it fucking 9 or 10 months that it was in theaters, and it took advantage of a new technology. People were waiting to see this movie and this new technology, and the minute that shit stopped, people stopped giving a shit.
It doesn't need a sequel. That's like making a sequel for Titanic.
They made a
didn't
sequel.
build another boat.
Actually, they are building a boat in real life nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, they're building a real Titanic.
Like a full-scale replica.
Another one?
I hope it hits an iceberg, too.
Pretty amazing. But
So
no,
like, don't we ever learn? Don't build giant boats and call them Titanic. It's not.
Damn us! Damn
Well,
us
no.
right to hell!
the combined budget for Superman Returns and Batman vs Superman is $520 million.
God damn.
So that's how much money Zack Snyder wasted, essentially.
The gross domestic product of Germany was thrown out the window or flushed down the toilet to make those pieces of shit.
Oh my god! It's
I
just
actually
like
don't know if
fuck
that's-
half a billion dollars. Let's say that. $500 million.
Let's sign a petition to have Zack Snyder executed.
Oh yeah, because that'll work.
What? It will.
You never know, man. You never know.
Then we'll just get the fucking 3-disc special edition of Batman Superman. How it was the last magnum opus of a great visual director.
And then
Fuck you, Zack Snyder.
we gouge his eyes out and pissed in the ocular cavities.
What about skull fucking? Is that off the table?
Hey,
Hell no.
want to stick your dick in there? Go ahead. But that guy made 300, which I hate. So
Oh, I love 300.
I love 300.
If you stick your dick in his head, it might give you bad ideas.
But Dion,
I mean, his adaptation of 300 was good. So was Watchmen, except for the end, which was.
let's be fair though. His adaptations are I'm gonna steal every line of dialogue verbatim from the book. He doesn't really add anything. It's just like I'm gonna redo what already existed. I'm not gonna really put any creative spins on it. When he tries to do creative spins, that's when he fucks it up.
Well, no,
You
it's
get fucking sucker punch.
Because if we put a creative spin on 300 or Watchmen, it would be really hated. Everybody would talk about it and be like, "Oh no, it's not."
Let's
not
be
the same
honest
as
though,
the book."
Watchmen is pretty much universally just meh. It's not a huge hit, and critically, it's not like it's huge. I like it too because it's just a word for word retelling of a comic book, but it's not like the most like respected comic book movie.
No, it doesn't.
I honestly didn't care for it.
Nobody
I
cares
love
about your
Watchmen.
opinion, Phil.
Nobody cares
I
about
love
your
Watchmen.
opinion, Samoa.
The whole country?
Exactly.
He's got a whole country behind him, dude.
Fuck you, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but Phil's got Wilford Brimley.
Oh,
Beatus.
My
Watchmen's
wife's been
60.
dead 3 years.
A 65% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's fine. I mean, that's pretty much what I would give it. I think I'd give Watchmen a 7 out of 10 to be completely fair.
Listen, Watchmen was a great. The fault with like you said, it was word for word. I even liked his ending because obviously having, the ending from the comic book would have been a little bit convoluted, but that's why Watchmen worked. And I think that the reason why I kind of got a mad response is because it was a pretty gruesome look at comic book characters. The world. I don't think if Watchmen came out a few years later, I think the response would be different. But with Batman and Superman, it's not Watchmen.
I just want to
It's
say
not-
one thing
it
about
isn't, it
Watchmen
isn't.
and let it go. I don't think Watchmen's as smart as people give it credit for being.
The
No.
comic book come out?
The book maybe. I don't really care about the book as much. I mean, I've read it. It's fine. The movie's not as smart as people try to.
no,
actually.
I never. I mean, I never think it was smart. I thought it was good. I liked it.
I'm saying, I think a lot more is read into that than
And that's fair. That's very fair. You know, Watchmen is definitely, comparatively speaking, Watchmen is something that it's not a bad thing if someone doesn't like it, right? Because it's not a property it's not something that was created, 50 years ago. It's its own entity. Superman and Batman are two huge characters, the flagship of a brand. And you gave it to a guy who made an adaptation of a movie that people didn't really know what the fuck was going on, but you have these two characters, even three if you want to count Wonder Woman in that piece of shit movie. They're the fucking tip of the DC spear.
Of the DC dick.
They're the fucking the uncut tip of the DC cock. And you have to know. What the fucking shaft and the balls are doing. You have to know.
Because without that, the head's nothing.
He just fucking cared about. He just cared about. Oh well, I'll just make a movie with these characters people know. No, you have to make a movie that incorporates the characters that these people fucking know. They have to have remnants of themselves that people recognize to make them want to watch your movie. And he just said, "Fuck that! I'm gonna make Superman want to fuck this chick in the desert, and Batman's Ben Affleck. Watch my shit."
Hey, Dion, real quick, on a non-related note, I just want to give you credit. You said that the Marvel movies are a bigger deal than Star Wars nowadays. Mm-hmm. According to this website, Rotten Tomatoes, Star Wars didn't break $1 billion worldwide, and it's out of theaters, so it didn't happen. Shit. It made $936.4 million, which is a fuckload of money. That's like Jay-Z money. I'm not talking shit about the box office. But it didn't. Both Avengers movies are more successful financially than the new Star Wars movie, and I think it's just going to get less and less successful. I'm kind of happy now.
Well, that's the funny part, because when we went to the Star Wars premiere, the people were fucking lined up out the doors. We went to Captain America. We were there 40 minutes early. We walked into the theater and got seats. Good seats.
Yeah, we had great seats. I think we had the best seats for that than we have any other Marvel movie. We were high up enough. Star Wars did not break $1 billion domestically at all. No, not domestically. I'm looking at the worldwide box office.
Well, on Box Office Mojo, it did $2 billion.
There's no way this movie made $936 million domestic.
Are they counting DVD sales as well?
No, foreign was 1.1.
That's worldwide, dude. There's no way this movie made that much money. Because no one talks about it anymore.
For good reason.
I don't even know if it had the highest grossing opening weekend of all time.
No, it didn't. I think it had the highest Thursday or whatever.
It had the highest opening night.
Well, it says it made $2 billion worldwide, I guess so, but I'm looking at... There's no way that's the domestic of $936 million.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Fuck.
Yeah, 45.3% domestic, 54.7% foreign.
Good for it, I guess. It was the worst movie I've ever seen.
So see what Avengers made worldwide then.
1.4.
It was 1.4 worldwide?
1.5. Because Age of Ultron made like $1.4 billion.
Okay.
Well, I guess that is the case. Oh, well. Fuck it. Wow, man, it only made half of what Star Wars was. I can't believe Star Wars was that popular. It's like I just forgot about it.
Marvel's The Avengers worldwide was 1.5 billion. Domestic was 623 million. Foreign was 896 million.
Let's see. I'm looking at Age of Ultron's numbers. It made $191 million its opening weekend, which is pretty awesome. But it wasn't that great of a movie. I think about it. After seeing Civil War, it's dropped down a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Dion, do you have anything else to say about Batman and Superman? Because I think
please do, because it's hilarious.
I'm just with you though, man. Zack Snyder's garbage.
Zack Snyder, I'm coming for you, man. I'm fucking coming for you.
We coming for you.
Who do you?
I'm coming for you. I'm coming on you. I'm coming in you. You have crossed a fucking line with me, sir, where there is no return, and I'm coming.
That's not a threat. That's a promise.
Goddamn chocolate promise.
You're a chocolate Terminator after you.
You can goddamn guarantee it.
Oh, guarantee it, jabroni.
Guarantee it, Phil.
Same fucking thing.
Fuck off! What's more offensive to you, Dion? Zack Snyder.
Go ahead.
Zack Snyder or the guy that remade RoboCop.
Ooh, shit.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, fuck.
The world may never know.
They will know in about 2
I
seconds.
gotta come back with you on that one. That's some intense soul searching that I have to go through before I give you a definitive answer.
We need a montage for
Do you
that.
need to go to the bathroom real quick and figure it out?
Oh, I might have to take Tumblr on my phone here before I figure that shit out.
We don't have time to wait for that. Dude, all I wanted to say there earlier about Batman v Superman is it's not even been out 2 months and nobody talks about it anymore.
Exactly.
I don't even think they're having like one screening a day locally, and we have a big theater.
Yeah.
It's still at Newport.
Yeah, but it's like 1 or 2 screenings a day.
Probably. I can look it up.
So far, domestically, this movie made $327 million. That's cool. Worldwide, it made $868.
Which one?
Batman v Superman.
Okay.
Tell me what Civil War's made in its first weekend. Because here's the thing that people want to go on and on about with Batman v Superman. It made $406 million its first weekend. No. What they're taking into account is that Batman v Superman opened in every market on the same day at the same time. No other movie's done that. Even Star Wars, that made way more money than it deserved, opened up different times in different markets.
Well, Batman and Superman had to do that because they knew that it was going to be shit. They had to open it in every market, everywhere at the same time, so the numbers would look good.
You know what would be a really interesting documentary? I'm gonna propose 2 documentaries or just 2 fictionalized films. Either a film about the scrambling of Warner Brothers during this whole Batman vs Superman fiasco. I think that'd be a cool movie. Or the Sony email hacks. I think that'd make a good movie.
God, I still think the hacks were done internally.
Hey, you know what? It helped.
That's why they were done internally.
I would love to see a documentary on the behind the scenes of Batman Superman. I would love because to see them start.
Here's what I'm gonna do for you, Dion. I know I'm gonna do this for anybody else who any of you guys, not the listeners, anybody else who wants this. I will go get the DVD box set of this. I'll rent it from somewhere that still does that kind of thing. I will rip them the fuck off and I will mail them to you so you can not spend a dime and watch the commentary, the behind the scenes, and everything, and then you can come back and bitch about it.
Oh,
I'm holding you to this.
That's fine. You can fucking hold me to that shit. I will do that because I want to hear more about this. I want to hear him bitch more about this.
I will hold you like a tender lover if you do that for me.
Batman vs Superman still has 3 showings a day at Newport. Why?
I don't know.
Does anybody go to them?
Deadpool still has a showing at Newport, so fuck it.
What the
But
fuck?
Deadpool was a great movie.
All right, then that's mute. Then that's completely mute.
Listen. I just want to see. I want to see DC's face. I want to see Warner Brothers and DC's faces. The minute that the first Avengers came out, I want to see the collective blood leave their penises.
Can I react? Can I reenact a scene for you?
Please.
This is John Johnson of Warner Brothers. God damn it, the Avengers is a huge hit, and we got Ryan Reynolds? Green Lantern? This is what we went with? Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? That's how he took that. Then, a year earlier, it's, seriously? Iron Man 2? And we got fucking Jonah Hex? Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Who the fuck does think these are good ideas? Warner Brothers has had 2 successful and only 1 relevant superhero franchise in the last 25 years, and that's Batman.
Jesus.
Superman
How
died.
the fuck are they still alive? How have they been not been bought out yet?
Well,
Because of Warner Brothers, baby.
yeah, Warner Brothers is bigger than Disney, I think, actually.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they own not only movies, but video games, production companies.
Warner Brothers themselves is a cool company, but I hate the DC movies. These new ones, like the Nolan trilogy was great. These last 2 were shit.
I just and I hate to be on fuck that horse. I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of it. I can't
do it.
I can't bring myself to fucking fathom why someone who was like, we're gonna take one of the greatest comic book stories of all time, Man versus the Man of fucking Steel, and I'm gonna turn it into an angsty CW produced teen jizz fest on what it means to be an established hero. because people want to see that, right? You see how awesome that is. I'm gonna do the opposite of that, and I'm gonna hope people buy my piece of shit on a plate and say, "Hey, ready for the sequel? Fuck you."
And I don't like. I was trying to tell this guy at the store, it's not gonna be. The guy that was making the Flash quit. There was this big rumor that James Wan was going to quit Aquaman. I don't think people want to be attached to these DC movies.
Nope.
It's like
Nope.
you're making a fucking. It's like you're heading for a crash. You can't stop it unless you just bail out of the car and take whatever damage you get from rolling out, aka dropping out of this film and moving on to something else. The DCEU that we know is not going to last maybe more than 5 more years. Suicide Squad is done, or so they say. Maybe the reshoots are a bullshit rumor, who knows. And then you got Wonder Woman, which just wrapped up shooting this past week. Those two are guaranteed to stay the same course that they were going to be, no matter how successful BVS was. But Justice League is going to change a lot. And this whole Steppenwolf thing is retarded. Because I say 7 out of 10... Okay, 5 out of 10 people don't even know who Darkseid is. I say 9 out of 10 people don't know who Steppenwolf is. If you say Steppenwolf, they think of the fucking band from the 60s.
I don't know who either one of them are.
You know who
I don't know what you're talking
Darkseid
about.
is, Phil. He's in Injustice, I think.
I don't know any of this shit.
Have you ever seen a Superman cartoon?
I saw the old
I don't
ones.
think
Then,
so.
then you've seen Darkseid.
From the 90s.
Nope, none of the 90s ones.
There's
You saw Batman Superman Adventures. You saw The Adventures of Superman.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember them.
Listen. Even, and this is that notwithstanding, there's a reason why when you make a character like Superman, and you make his, not his antithesis, but one of his villains called Darkseid. That name alone, you're like, shit, that dude is a big deal. So when you did, and I'll never forget when they released the pictures of, what was it, Remember the Seven or whatever, when it was the 7 original members of the Justice League.
Oh, Unite the Seven?
Unite the Seven. And Jeff, you fucking said to me, you were like, they wouldn't have done that if they didn't know if they knew what they were doing, they wouldn't have done that this early. And so you're gonna allude to the fact, and fucking they did this, that Darkseid was the guy for the Justice League movie. And so then you're gonna, it's not Steppenwolf, but Darkseid's in the next one. They are trying to buy our attention to this movie so fucking bad that clearly we know that they have no idea what the fuck they are doing.
And these movies are Justice League's Part 1 and 2, so it's supposed to be the same story.
Exactly.
Like, they're going to go off and fight Steppenwolf on Apocalypse or wherever he lives, and they're going to go fight Darkseid. It would be the most boring fucking movie ever. It'd be like if Avengers in Part 1 beat Thanos, then they fought Galactus. It's like, Jesus Christ, stretch it out. DC really should have planned this out from the beginning. Warner Brothers has owned DC since the 60s or 70s. Since before the first Christopher Reeve Superman movie came out, Warner Brothers owned that shit. Mm-hmm. Why not build an established universe after Michael Keaton Batman? Why they could have made a Batman Superman movie way back in 1995. Throw a bunch of movie at Michael Keaton, get Christopher Reeve back in shape get him in shape. He may not had his accident, and you would have had a Batman v Superman. You could have introduced Green Lantern. You could have had all these characters. We could have grown up with the first shared universe being a DC universe. But no, DC only made Batman movies, and they went from awesome to shit to awesome again, and then they kind of went downhill a little bit. And now we're in this weird place where they're playing catch-up, but it's too late.
Yeah, it's way too fucking late.
That assignment's due already. You can't turn this in and get a passing grade.
Well, even so, you're going to make the climax of your universe, because no matter what anyone says, whether it's the guy that you met or the old guy that you talked to doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, or any of these fucking DC apologist assholes online, Justice League is the climax of this universe that they're making. And the fact that you're doing it 4 fucking movies in proves that this isn't about you trying to make a property that you're proud of. It's not about you trying to make a universe that you can go back to. This isn't even about you trying to make something where 20 years down the road you can say, okay, we were able to accomplish that. This is all about you trying to make money and take some of it from the other guys. Purely.
And they're going to hurt. They're not only going to hurt Marvel, they're going to hurt
comic books in
book
general.
Movies in general.
Yeah.
Because if DC keeps putting out stinker after stinker with, oh, we got Will Smith. Okay, that's great. But Anthony Mackie is like not a household name yet, and that dude is really bringing it in.
I say, good for you. You got Will Smith. Nobody really likes Will Smith right now. He hasn't made a good movie in forever.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel takes a bunch of actors that we had never really heard of. Daniel Bruhl. Had you ever seen anything that dude was in besides Inglourious Basterds?
And they have
the
Jared
fucking guy from RoboCop. Fucking fuck.
And Jared Leto, who does one movie every 5 years? Come on.
His ass should have this should have been the movie he skipped. Suicide Squad. Let's talk about that. Apparently, a guy from a reputable source, Schmoes knows. Dion, I'm sure you're aware of them.
Yep.
Word on the street is that he talked to an insider, and this guy couldn't put this shit out there because it'd be like if Entertainment Weekly reported something from an inside source.
Yeah.
This dude, I mean, Schmoes knows is pretty legit. I'll give him credit. I hate both the guys, Christian Harloff and the other one.
Oh, yeah, yep.
I want to punch the one guy in the face because he seems like a big bully. Like, if I was ever on movie fights, I'd be like, look, just shut the fuck up, let me say my lines, and then you say what you have to say. I mean, he just tries to bully people, and that's how he never wins a fight. Point is, though, Suicide Squad's a mess, according to them. It's a fucking clusterfuck, and I think that's pretty funny. I'm actually excited to see how bad it is.
Well, and the thing that pisses me off is, because I went on record. I'm like, okay, I'm excited for Suicide Squad. I think it's going to be good. And then when you brought it up when we heard WrestleMania, I was like, oh, shit, dude. But the other thing is, going back to your point about how they could have done this, when they came out with the first Batman, they could have done, they've had 30 years to do it. They could have done literally at any point between 2008. They could have done it in the 90s when they made, Batman Superman Adventures. I mean, there's no bigger calling card to do a feature-length film because everyone loved Batman Superman Adventures. Everyone loved the Justice League cartoon. I remember when in high school we went to fucking MIS and they had the giant Justice League cartoon poster on the side of the fucking racetrack. Like, so you clearly have the ability to make stories about these very characters that people care about. Don't tell me that they can't do it for live action. That doesn't make any... They can make animated movies that are fantastic, but for some reason when it's live action, all of that shit just falls out the fucking left leg of their pants. And it's fucking dumb.
They should have just got Paul Dini and Bruce Timm and all those guys to be on the production side of these DCEU films.
Yeah.
Because DC wipes Marvel up with the fucking content they produce. DC animated cartoons beat Marvel. Batman the Animated Series is better than anything Marvel's ever made.
Yep.
Superman the Animated Series, Justice League, Batman Beyond, all that shit was great. Marvel had like X-Men was good, and that was about it.
Yeah, X-Men was okay. Iron Man, the cartoon was garbage. I love it because it was Iron Man, but it was garbage.
Spectacular Spider-Man was great. That's all.
Spider-Man was great, but then again, that was kind of lightning in a bottle with what happened with that. But fucking, now the Avengers TV show was good, but that only lasted fucking 2 seasons. They came out with this other Avengers show. Fucking Hulk and the Agents of Smash is a shitty ass cartoon. It's really bad.
You're basically saying everything I was going to say, so thank you for saving me.
Well, see, here's what DC should have done instead of making these movies and rush them out. Keep going with the TV shows. Make more and more TV shows, and once Marvel ends their phase and their whole thing, then make movies. Then go into the DC stuff. Don't try to compete because you're too late to the game. You're done. Do the TV shows, build that audience, go to like 5 or 6 seasons, and then do the movie and end the show.
Or even if you wanted to compete, like that totally makes sense, and that's probably why that they didn't do it, right? Because that makes too much sense for them. Do it on your own terms. But even if Avengers comes out, Avengers is a huge hit, And Jeff and I are executives at Warner Brothers, and Jeff tells me, shit, Avengers is awesome. They're coming out with a bunch of movies. We have to compete. The smart thing would be to do, besides not rushing it, would be all we have to do is come out with a movie a year, around, not the same time, but in the same year that those movies come out. Keep our name relevant. Make a very good movie a year.
Exactly. A quality movie.
Exactly. Even if you're not at the same level as far as the progression of your storyline, by the time Iron Man 3 comes out after Avengers, and you have your first Superman movie, and it's really fucking good, even though it's the first movie in your franchise. If it's really fucking good the same year Iron Man 3 comes out, then motherfucker, you're on the right track, because people are going to talk about Iron Man. They're going to say, shit, did you see Superman's movie? It doesn't have to be 3 movies deep.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be. As long as you make quality content and a quality movie, people will like it. They'll remember it, and they'll want more from it.
Why wouldn't they? Here's an idea they could have went with. Why not just roll Christian Bale Batman into this shit?
Holy shit!
That's
you just solved their problem, dude.
I know Ben Affleck is the most. I know Ben Affleck is the most praised part of BVS because he really is the best part of that movie. But you could explain away. Here, okay, let me pitch this to you guys. So, Dark Knight Trilogy is exactly the way it exists now. We don't change a single thing. So the next year, Man of Steel comes out. Then we see Christian Bale's Batman come out of retirement with Catwoman and shit because all that shit in Gotham got destroyed. Or Metropolis, or whatever. So basically, you have the same premise, but you bring Christian Bale Batman and you bring all that established universe over.
But let me ask you this.
Shit.
What if you can't bring Christian Bale back? Because wasn't it his decision? He didn't want to do it anymore?
Replace him. It doesn't matter.
Christian Bale wanted to be in this movie. He was actually upset that they didn't let him be Batman anymore. He wanted to be in this movie. It was Zack Snyder's cunt ass.
Damn you, Robert Broccoli.
I thought when he did the third one, he was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore."
No, he said that I think he said, quote, that he was very open to being Batman.
I remember him being kind of mad about them not even considering him.
Yeah, once they cast Ben Affleck, he said, I sat there in silence for like 30 minutes and realized, I'm not Batman anymore. It like bothered me.
But even so, even if we go with that, Phil, even if they say, okay, we don't want Christian Bale, who do you have that could be Batman from that universe?
Oh,
Gordon fucking Levitt.
There you go. Yeah.
What would be better? Fucking Jeff, I can't believe
I just got chills. I just got fucking chills. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
To imagine fucking, instead of being Robin, his first true test is fighting Superman.
Jeff and
God.
Dion just fixed Batman vs Superman.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh my
Jeff,
God. I want to watch that movie now.
I literally fucking, we're talking about it. I got those chills on the back of my neck when you talk about something that gets you really amped up. That would have been.
Came.
I just came in my pants, guys.
No, but just think of it. You build an established universe. Yeah. You have 3 movies. You make Man of Steel your 4th one. Hell, and that's exactly what Marvel did, and DC's not doing that. I mean, I know it sucks, but you could even include Green Lantern. Be like, you could acknowledge that Green Lantern sucked, so you could just bring in Jon Stewart Green Lantern.
Dude.
Ryan Reynolds is off. Then you have 5 movies in this universe, and you don't have to worry about rebuilding this shit. You can say like, oh, we've been doing it the whole time. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Exactly.
And everybody loves The Dark Knight. Here's the thing. The Dark Knight ended when the Avengers began, really. I mean, yes, you had the 4 other films that led up to that. And Iron Man was a great movie.
That even came out the same year. Holy shit.
Iron Man and The Dark Knight came out the same year, and Avengers and Dark Knight Rises came out the same year.
No, it was Avengers and The Dark Knight Rises came out the same year,
That's
too.
That's what you said.
Yeah. Holy shit, that fits the formula right there.
I'm just saying, they could have been like, oh, we've been out since 08 as well.
Christ.
I mean, it was so dumb to restart everything. I'm not shitting on Affleck. I like him.
No, I
don't
agree.
like his suit, but I think it would be a lot smarter. And here's the thing. The Joker didn't die in that movie. Ledger died. I know this would be uncomfortable. I would have Joseph Gordon-Levitt play the Joker because him and Heath Ledger played brothers in some shitty 90s movie, and they look the same. You could make up Joseph Gordon-Levitt to look just like Heath Ledger.
10 Things I Hate About You.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a good enough actor that he could even if he's just cheap impersonator.
God, you gave me chills again. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as fucking Joker? Oh, Jesus.
Jeff, timestamp this.
Oh, God.
This. When this comes out, timestamp it and I'm tweeting this at every fucking person that has something to do with DC. This is fucking crazy.
I'm just saying.
No, because that's like either him as Batman, he can play either part. He can play both parts. Fuck it. Have him be both characters in the movie. Do that.
I mentioned in the past that when in The Dark Knight Rises, when Bane released all those prisoners, why wasn't the Joker there? The Joker had to be in that prison.
You know they didn't put him in because they just didn't want to dishonor the memory of Heath Ledger. But that's what I'm
saying. That always bugged me.
I agree.
The Joker should have been in that movie. The Joker, I mean, if Bane didn't take him,
but
as
even
an
if
ally,
you don't explain that, even if you don't explain that, you have the Joker as a fucking trump card. That's the even if they do what we said that they should do, and the even if Man of Steel still sucks, all you got to do for whether it's Justice League, whether it's Batman vs Superman, you could whip out the Joker character the way that you made him in the Christopher Nolan movies, and bam, people are gonna fucking watch.
Yeah, it's all about a pre-established universe, and people are going on about superhero fatigue. Well, when you got Marvel with a fucking stellar record, I'm gonna give them a perfect record. They haven't made a truly god-awful film. For as much as I shit on Iron Man 2 and 3, it's still more entertaining than anything DC's put out. It's entertaining than 80% of the movies out there in general.
I'll say that too. That's true.
I mean, they're not bad movies. They have not made a single bad film.
No. None of them have been like absolute horseshit. They've been good. They've been cohesive.
I'm just saying everything's been either an in the park home run or you've had a grand slam with the Avengers. I mean,
exactly.
Well, you're talking about MCU, right?
Yeah, we're not talking about.
Okay, I was gonna say because I know you hate Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
We're only talking about. When we're comparing the DCEU, which is Batman and Superman.
Okay, I got you.
And then the Marvel movies. Because there's only been what? Then there's the X-Men franchise, which we'll talk about next week or the week after that. Because, fuck, dude, that franchise is shit.
Are we going to see that one?
I depend on it.
You have to.
Okay.
Dude, they fucked that.
They don't even care about their own continuity at this point.
No,
I was gonna say, because everything I see about it just looks worse and worse and worse.
It could be worse than Batman v Superman. I'm just saying it could be. I'm not saying it will. It could.
Could.
Oh, I just can't get past the fact that it's like, could you imagine a Bane-proof Batman versus Superman? Like, you have the Batman that came back from a broken back, beat Bane, faked his death, versus that Superman.
It would have been sweet to see Christian Bale Batman. And instead of that armor, he puts on those fucking body braces that he wore. Remember when he kicked the brick wall in the Dark Knight Rises? And just put that shit on and started the fucking fight.
I can see it now. Where's Martha? Where's Martha?
That's all you're going to hear for 2 hours. You know what?
But still, I'd rather hear that than fucking the other one. It's fun.
I think that there's so many stupid scenes in that. But here's another thing with Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is so stuck with the iconography of these comic book pages that he didn't tell a good story. It's like, Zack, certain things work in comic books because they're a static image. Like, how retarded was the scene in BVS when Superman took that nuke into space and got all decrepit and then fell to Earth?
Oh my god!
It happened in the Dark Knight Rises the Dark Knight Returns comic book, so it had to be in the movie.
So because he took a nuke to space, he died a little bit.
That's what happens in the book, but it's so dumb to happen in the movie because it's like.
It's Superman.
It's like just so many things happen in a row. Like with the Avengers, like, okay, Civil War, we're talking about that shit still. Sure, certain things happen. Like, okay, there's the attack, or there's that bombing in Lagos. Then there's
where the fuck was Vision when that happened?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was Vision?
Well, remember, Captain America, they don't always take every Avenger on every fight.
Yeah, but Vision.
What would he have done? What was he gonna do?
He doesn't have like the reality warping powers like the Scarface.
Yeah, that's why he took her, because she can control her with her mind. Even if Vision holds it, he's still holding a grenade in a crowded group of people.
Unless, you know what would be cool if you would have eaten it.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, those movies had, let's say Civil War, while it was just as long as BVS, had like 6 main things. BVS had like 28 main things. It had,
Christ.
Civil War had more characters than BVS, but BVS had more plot points than Civil War, and none of them were that good. Like, even the title fight of Batman versus Superman wasn't even good.
Well, and then even going back to your point about the nuke, it was so clear to me that they were copying Iron Man and Avengers. And like it's bad enough that you copied it, but then for you to take it to the next step and do something that doesn't make any sense, if you're gonna copy the scene, just have Superman take it and then throw it in space or let it go off in space on its own. Why does he have to be right there when it goes off?
Well, because if he throws it into the sun, that'll make Nuclear Man, and then we have a whole nother problem.
Yeah, I'm just like, you can't even steal a scene correctly.
Batman versus Superman was such a clusterfuck that I could actually see like Godzilla appearing in this movie, and it would make sense.
I don't even know that much about comic books and this stuff, and even for me, it was just like I have to absorb all this fucking knowledge for this movie right now, and it was just too much for me to handle. I was like, no.
I can see it. Godzilla shows up. Is he with you?
Or fucking Jeremy Irons being like, he's not our enemy. Well, no, that guy's our enemy. Yeah, that guy's our enemy.
Like, okay, Doomsday was such an unnecessary addition to Batman v Superman. It would be like if all of a sudden Doctor Doom appeared in Civil War. It would be just dumb. Like, oh my god, Doctor Doom's here. Holy shit, it's the Spider-Mobile. Oh my god, the Silver Surfer has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, like, that's the kind of shit BBS did. It's like, hey, we own the rights to everything. Let's put everything in this fucking thing. It'd be like if we're making chicken noodle soup, Dion, and all of a sudden I go into the fridge and I'm like, you know what would be good in this? Pickles and ketchup. No, it's a terrible fucking idea. Nothing made sense.
Not only that, but to have it be, it's like, okay, well, I'm Zack Snyder. I don't know how science works, but what I do know is if I take fucking Michael Shannon's dead corpse and I take Jesse Eisenberg, who clearly that should have been cum in his hand and not blood, and put it on his face and put it in this water, it's gonna make a fucking monster that can kill Superman. Like, watching that scene, I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
The only thing that's different from what I said, from what happened, was some phantom bitch's voice in the background going, oh, place the body. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This makes no. His body is fucking. How do you get Doomsday from that?
We cannot do that. We have done that before, according
How
to
was
the
he
records.
created in the comic books?
He was from another planet. Like,
Doomsday was the Kryptonians made him. Was a Kryptonian scientist that they were experimenting with, like, you know, making a weapon, and literally Doomsday was a separate science experiment that every time that he went out in the wild and he died, he just came back stronger.
And he couldn't be killed the same way twice.
And he couldn't be killed the same way. That's it.
And he was way cooler in the fucking book, because he wore that green suit and you didn't know what he looked like when he first appeared.
Yep.
And then he killed Superman. And that shit stuck for a while. Wait, this shit didn't even stick till the end of the movie.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The way I've heard that Superman defeated Doomsday is that he put him at the end of the universe or the end of time or something.
That's later.
That's later. So, like, the first time they're fighting in Metropolis and they fuck the whole city up, and Doomsday kicks, like, so many other heroes' asses, and Superman, like, axe handles him in the back of the head really hard, and that's the first time that he kills him, and then he falls over dead.
Yeah, they beat the
shit out of one another. And that, if you want to see how Doomsday should have been, I might even give you the comic books. Watch the animated film, The Death of Superman.
Yeah,
and it's like 2007 or whatever, and it's a little different, you know. But they find Doomsday and he's already established, and then Superman, it's in the robot's name or whatever that's in the Fortress of Solitude, tells him what Doomsday is. And then they fight, and he fucking has to grab Doomsday, go up in the atmosphere, and literally German suplex him from space to stop him.
Chris Benoit would have been proud.
Chris Benoit would have been like, that's how I would have done it.
I would have not killed my family to see this movie.
Yeah, like that animated movie is 10 times better than BVS.
There's every animated movie is 10 times better than BVS, for real. That's not even an exaggeration or hyperbole.
Right. I mean, even in Lois Lane's in it, and she's barely like talking, like they kind of get in they kind of get in danger. But the coolest scene with her is she's looking up, and they're fighting, and glass is falling down from the buildings, and it cuts her on the face, and she doesn't move. And it's the fucking Lois Lane from the animated series in the 90s. And she's looking up, and it falls down, and I had the DVD, and it cuts her face, and she doesn't move. Like, they paint this shit as very serious.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw it was at your house.
Yeah, that's the Doomsday that should have been. And even if they wanted to have Doomsday, why does it have to be Lex Luthor's creation? Why?
Riddle me this, Dion. Why couldn't they have had Batman and Superman fight each other? They come to some resolution. They arrest Luthor. The movie kind of ends. Why wouldn't they save Doomsday for a Justice League film? Because
that'd been great.
So they come together to defeat him. Then he comes right back, and they try to do the same thing, and it doesn't work. So it would take the whole team to kind of destroy him. That way you can save Darkseid for another movie down the road. I can't think of another DC villain that is really going to give all the characters a run for their money. The Flash is useless. He's fast, whoop-de-doo, but Superman's just almost as fast, and all the Flash can do is punch you really fast a bunch of times. Green Lantern's not even in this. They pushed the movie back again this week, by a couple more months, so that movie will never see the light of day. Or
even going off of that, so you have Doomsday. Doomsday's so you have Batman and Superman. They fight. They come to a resolution. Doomsday's the bad guy for the first part of Justice League, right? You already said you're going to have a part 2. Why wouldn't it be that Darkseid was the guy that was behind Doomsday the whole time for Justice League?
That would have been sweet.
That doesn't have to be. That's just pretty good, and that's a better fucking idea than whatever the fuck they have going right now.
And you pulled that out of your ass. I actually watched you take your pants off.
Exactly, out of my ass. It still smells like shit, and that's a better fucking idea than Steppenwolf in the first one. Boom.
And then Zack Snyder spent months with his head up his own ass, going, it smells good up here. I'm going to take time and curate the story with David Goyer, man. He's just as big of a problem, too. He worked on Blade, and he worked on other movies, but he's also worked on, I think, Blade Trinity.
Yeah.
He even directed that movie.
Yeah.
And, everybody makes bad movies. George Lucas did make the original Star Wars, but he also made The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
And it shows, everyone, they all can't be winners. Even Sam Raimi, who has a great track record with movies, did make Spider-Man 3. Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
He also made Drag Me to Hell or Drag You to Hell or whatever the hell that movie was.
Yeah, that movie wasn't that good either.
Did he also do Prometheus?
Yeah, that's Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He made Alien. One. He made, what was that, Gladiator? And then he made Prometheus.
He made, did he make Blade Runner as well?
Yeah, but I don't like Blade Runner.
Dude, I love Blade Runner.
I love Blade Runner.
It's fucking amazing. They're doing a part 2 of that.
Yep.
All I can say is I'm happy they're making a sequel to Blade Runner because it proves to you that Harrison Ford ain't a fucking replicant.
I know. That destroys the illusion for me.
I always thought it was a stupid premise, but I'm not. Remember, Dion, these aren't personal attacks.
Right. No, I know, man.
I always just thought it was dumb. It could be a replicant. It could be a replicant. I hate when they try to throw ambiguous endings onto movies. The fans try to make it ambiguous when the film isn't that ambiguous in the first place, depending on which cut you watch. And now, if we're going by film logic, all replicants die within 30 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. So Deckard would have been dead.
Would have been dead by now, yeah.
He would have been dead 4 years ago.
That's why it's like shit. Now we know that he's human because he would have been dead by now.
And I think Blade Runner does not need to be remade, or not remade, but a sequel. There's really nothing to do.
He's too old. Yeah, he's too old.
The thing is, I keep going on with Star Wars. The story's over. The story is fucking over. Ryan Gosling is a great actor. The Nice Guys looks amazing. Those 2 Nicholas Winding Refn movies were unique. Drive, that kind of shit. Let Ryan Gosling make that. Make more unique films in Hollywood. I don't need Blade Runner after most people that's seen it are dead or don't give a fuck. It's and then people go, oh, but Batman and Superman is so unique and different. Well, yes, it's unique, but it's a unique piece of shit.
Yeah. Your turd may be different than mine, but it's still a fucking shit at the end of the day.
It's still a fucking turd.
I haven't seen a worse film this year than Batman v Superman.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Because I saw Star Wars last year.
Right. I've seen a few movies. I saw fucking Hardcore Henry, and that was a decent movie. It was a good flick, but Batman.
Did you get motion sickness during that movie? Was it pretty good?
I actually really liked it.
I liked it too. I give it a 7 out of 10. We reviewed it on the channel.
Dude.
Dan and Jeff reviewed it.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
I need to watch that then.
You don't want to torrent it. You want to try to find it in theaters for the experience.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those movies you got to see it. It's like Avatar. It's a spectacle. It's not the greatest movie ever made. It's a fucking spectacle.
Definitely. And plus, fucking what's his name? What's the South African dude's name?
Charlton Copley.
Yeah, he's really funny in that movie.
Which was your favorite interpretation of him?
When he got caught on fire, when he's just like, "Hey, that is the gayest jacket I've ever seen. Hey, mate, nice jacket." And then the dude lights him on fire immediately after he says it. He's like, "Oh shit!"
I love that guy. Ever since District 9, I fucking loved him.
Yeah.
I liked him in the A-Team remake, or the A-Team film, even though that was a terrible movie.
Yeah, well, it was pretty bad.
You said it wasn't terrible, Dion?
It wasn't terrible. It was literally, I gave it literally a 5 out of 10 if I had to give that movie a score.
So you feel the same way about that as the same way I feel about Batman v Superman.
Hey, no, you know that I agree because I texted you and I was like, "Yep, you're right, 5 out of 10."
Yeah, but I mean, if they had made a part 2 of A-Team, I probably would have watched it though because it was at least entertaining. Like it was pretty fun.
Right.
I mean, you can't top that scene where the tank falls from the sky.
No, you can't top that. And Liam Neeson.
It's true.
Yeah,
Liam Neeson and Rampage Jackson dropping a dude on his head and killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the A-Team, looking back, I'm not embarrassed to say it was fine.
Yeah.
I would much rather tell people, hey, I saw the A-Team movie and liked it, more than saying, hey, Batman and Superman is a Greek tragedy and you should really watch it because if you don't get it, you're not intelligent. What the fuck, man? Talk about some pretentious bullshit.
Anyone that says that, number one, a lot of Greek tragedies fucking suck. Number one.
Just because it's old doesn't mean it's good.
Thank you. Doesn't mean it's fucking good.
And just because it's new doesn't mean it's good.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with Shakespeare as well. Like, oh, Shakespeare's timeless. No, it isn't.
Shakespeare's a time waster, in my opinion.
It is.
I like adaptations of Shakespeare shit, but I don't really want to go like, okay, if I dated a girl that said, oh, Jeff, let's go to see Shakespeare in the Park, I'd go, fuck.
I spent a summer doing a documentary about Shakespeare in the Park, and guess what play it was?
Hamlet.
True.
No, Romeo and Juliet.
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
I knew that play so fucking well by the end of the summer, it was ridiculous.
Did you just go, where's the part where Leonardo DiCaprio shows up?
Exactly. That's what I like.
I love the better names.
Hey, Leah, let me borrow that gun so I can blow my own goddamn brains out.
And the funny thing is, I said that around the actors, and they kept giving me dirty looks. I was like, fuck you guys. That's a good movie.
Hey, they deserve it. They murdered Bill Shakespeare.
That's true. And I mean, this was in Knoxville, Tennessee, in fucking Market Square. Oh God.
So that has bad news written all over it.
Oh, it does. It does.
Hey Dan, I just want to thank you, by the way.
You're welcome.
What are you thanking him for?
I'll tell you off air. If any listener gets my reference and Dan's response, comment in the comments below, and I will send you an email saying thank you.
And maybe a copy of The Boys of Somerville.
Honestly, if we could get some like emails and shit rolling in, I got gifts to legitimately send our listeners.
If that starts becoming a thing, I'll make sure you get more boxes of that movie.
I'm just saying. I mean, we got guys. I think his name is Ronaldo Hernandez. That dude. Let me check to make sure it's his name. That guy is awesome. He comments on our shit. Not only does he comment on the YouTube videos, he's a Facebook subscriber and all that shit, and he comments on that. So I appreciate it. So let me make sure I'm getting his name correct. Because there's nothing worse than, calling somebody by their wrong name, like Dyke Kuckerberg. Did you guys, you were here for that, Nick, but Phil wasn't, right?
Oh, yeah, I was here for that.
Oh, the beauty.
That's the greatest name ever. I'm just saying. Ever.
Ever.
So, Phil, last week I found out how to see who subscribes to our channel.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed me all these names, and one of them was Dyke Kuckerberg, and I lost it.
Oh, such a great one.
He shit his pants.
I about shit my pants laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else you would like to add?
No, I'm good.
About, okay, BVS, we pretty much beat that horse. Stay dead, motherfucker.
Stay dead.
Zack Snyder, in summary, go kill yourself, please.
Russo brothers, you guys should just keep making more movies. You guys are fucking awesome.
You have cracked the motherfucking code.
You made me like or something I love less because what you made is so much better. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather watch Civil War again than BVS, honestly.
I would never want to watch. I'll watch the 4-hour cut of BVS because it'll be free from you, Nick. But Civil War, I'm gonna buy on day one.
Jeff,
Easily.
what would you rather watch? The new Ghostbusters or being forced to watch Batman vs. Superman 6 times in a row?
Batman v Superman. Ghostbusters is on a principle level. I will not fucking watch that fucking movie. Fuck you, Sony. Fuck you, Amy Pascal. Fuck you, Paul Feig. Fuck you, Melissa McCarthy. Fuck you, Kristen Wiig. Fuck you, Leslie Jones. And the other one's okay because she's kind of mildly funny. And fuck you, Chris Hemsworth. You sellout bitch. It's time for fan mail. So this one comes from WonderWaz797. He's talking about Star Wars. He goes, once mediocrity shapes a generation's mind, it's difficult to challenge a perception that is molded out of horseshit. These are some of the things mediocrity consists of: lack of patience / attention span, image over substance, love of money, lack of education, and the disintegration of family. That's fascism for you. I thought that was a pretty good point.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I will roll with that. And our good friend Dyke Kuckerberg has never responded to our love of his YouTube.
Motherfuck him then.
Maybe.
Damn.
But we do got a couple other guys I want to give shout-outs to. Spy Fiction and Justin B6699. You guys are awesome. They have a great conversation rolling under the Roast Me video. Spy Fiction goes more into Star Wars, and I will read this because Spy Fiction's awesome. He goes, I knew it! I theorized that Mads Mikkelsen's character was the father of the new Super Mary Sue girl. I heard it as a rumor months back and figured since he said he wasn't playing a bad guy, it fits into the story of the new movie. That's the reason she gets recruited. She and the skinny dude, Diego Luna, infiltrate the Death Star and steal the plans. I heard that Super Mary Sue fights Vader, and I think the skinny dude bites the dust, allowing her to escape, and then becomes Rey's mom. The movie is a primer for Episode 8 and fleshes out the backstory to Rey. The movie is going to be massive turkey shit of a movie, and it will blow up in Disney's face like you guys said last week. One more thing before I leave. That Super Mary Sue girl is rumored to be involved in an affair with Tom Hanks behind Rita Wilson's back.
What?
Woo!
That bitch!
Thank you. You said it for
That
me.
whore.
And then
That cunt.
a bunch of people commented on it, including World Class Bullshitters, and they said to Spy Fiction, if they try to castrate Darth Vader, I'll have a fucking diabetic seizure, and I'm not even diabetic. So, there we go. Justin and him just have a back and forth conversation, and like I said, you guys are great. And then Justin also says, the picture you guys are using for the video, that's the face many women and children will point and say, that's him, officer. Of course, I'm referring to Joel.
Did anybody else roast Joel's image?
No, but a new fan named Nameless Critic / Populist is quite popular on our video. He goes, I love the negative thoughts of all you guys. I will watch every Friday.
Oh, God.
And then our good
Dude,
friend,
there's nothing to watch.
our good friend Todd Howard, the artist formerly known as Straight White Christian Male, said, this video is cyberbullying. I'm unsubscribing. Then Dustin commented, did we at least score a strike or a spare? And then Todd Howard responded with a painful strike in the emotional gut.
How is it emotional? How is it cyberbullying?
He's our resident troll, dude. He loves Straight White Christian Male.
He's our Chris Jericho?
He does have a picture of Phil Spencer of Xbox with a thumbs up of Vault Boy. I'm convinced it's your cousin Tyler or you.
For what?
This guy on YouTube.
Oh, it's not me. No, I don't think it's Tyler.
I'm just saying, it's a picture of Phil Spencer's head on Vault Boy, and we always talk shit about Xbox, so I'm pretty sure it's this guy. It's one of you guys. And then Rowdy
I wish it
Hitmans.
was me.
I wish it was too. And then our buddy Hob Kamel comments too. Great episode, guys. That was some funny shit. My sides are still hurting. Infinity War sounds promising. Could get me back to... Infinite Warfare sounds cool and could get me back into Call of Duty.
No, it doesn't.
I'm not going to buy it.
Infinite Warfare is fucking Halo.
All first-person shooters are exactly the same.
Except GoldenEye, because that's actually good.
It is.
Take it back. All first-person shooters now are exactly the same.
I agree. I fucking really agree with that statement. I mean, you can pop... Like, I was excited for Killzone on the PS4, and I got it right away, and I had played that game before in 2007, Halo 3. I know, Dion, you're not the biggest... You have some first-person shooters, but when I think of your games, you don't really... First-person shooter is not at the top of the list.
Right, yeah, I'm very particular about the first-person shooters that I play. I had a few Call of Duties, and but yeah, I'm not the hugest first-person shooter guy of all time.
You and Jake used to play the shit out of Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's I like those games. If I play with someone, yeah, it's very fun, and I'm super bored. I'll play Call of Duty, but like I said, I'll probably get the Division. But outside of that, man, I mean, and probably June.
Dion, I'm going to send you Black Ops 3 invites every fucking day now.
Well, one thing that seems to happen with a lot of these games now, they don't have like two-person console play anymore. You have to have another machine or something like that, and it's bullshit. It's like, what are you doing?
Seriously, that's what makes it so shitty. It's like outside of right now, independent games like Broforce and shit. You don't get split screen anymore. You just don't get it.
No, and what is it? The newest Halo did that. They're like, oh, we want 4K resolution, and you can't have that on a small screen. It's like, we don't fucking care about the resolution. We just want to play with each other. Yeah,
no one cares about 4K right now.
No, because and here's why: it's too fucking expensive to shoot it, to transmit, and to watch.
Well, that's the thing. They want 4K resolution. The fucking Xbox doesn't support 4K yet. So what the fuck are they talking about?
No, I think does the PS4 support 4K?
No, that's why they're making a new PS4.
Yeah, that's why they're making
the new one's gonna do it. Yeah.
Well,
apparently Microsoft is gonna announce theirs at E3, their version of it.
Even then, the minimum speed for cable you need for 4K, I think, is like 25 megabytes a second.
Yep.
And then you need a TV that supports that.
Both are. It's super expensive to get that, and then it's super expensive to get that fucking TV. Like what the fuck?
Exactly. The TVs are still what $5,000 or something for them?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Even the cheaper 4K ones aren't cheaper than $3,000.
All right, so I'm going to spend $3,000 on a TV, and then make my cable bill higher because I want higher speed. So I'm going to spend another $50 a month for that, and then I'm going to spend more money on an Amazon Fire or a Roku 4, so I can watch 4K footage or watch 4K video. Even then, who does 4K video? Netflix.
Nobody.
Netflix does a little bit. I think Amazon does like a few of their things, but other than that, it doesn't really exist.
It doesn't exist yet. Cable is you're looking at 3-4 years out.
No, way the fuck longer than that. Give it 5+.
But I purchased a 4K HD TV.
Yeah, we know.
And it was only $1,000. So I don't know where you're getting $3,000 to $5,000.
The good ones, Phil. The good ones.
I got a good one.
No, I mean the really nice ones.
It is a really nice one.
No. I mean the really, really nice ones. Like,
are you on drugs?
Ones. No.
Not on drugs like the motherfucker that bought a 4K TV.
Why does it matter if I'm on drugs?
Anyway,
so you'll be able to watch 4K cable in like 10 years. Awesome.
He's future-proofing himself, bro.
Well, by the time that happens,
the Game of Thrones looks so awesome.
By the time that happens, it's going to be 6K.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Oh shit! Oh, my bad.
All those penises make me uncomfortable. Dustin likes them though.
I've never watched Game of Thrones because, actually, I've seen a couple episodes and I didn't like it, so whatever.
I'll wait till it's finished and then watch it.
Whatevs, bro.
So we're on Reddit now.
Yeah.
You can find us there. And I got one more comment that I thought... There were a couple snarky, douchey comments, and I only comment on the good ones. So, this guy, or this bitch named Chris Redfield comments, couldn't get through the first 3 minutes of this. Ironic that the Ghostbusters trailer was actually funnier than these kids. Our response: thanks, dude, but worry about killing zombies because your jokes sure as shit ain't slain anybody, son. Fuck you. I hope you listen to the rest of our episodes, because from this day forward, May 12th, 2016, I'm going to at least say, fuck you, Chris Redfield, once per episode. And I know the sentiment is the same with every bullshitter. Dion's probably teaming.
Oh, my God.
Fucking freaking out. He wants to say more to you.
Oh, fuck this kid.
Get him, Dion.
Fuck this kid. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and take shit from someone who can't even come up with an original fucking YouTube tag. You had to go to the fucking shitty version of fucking Resident Evil, and you're gonna talk shit about how we sound?
And he literally has zero subscribers.
Yeah, you don't even have the fucking common sense to hold my cup and smell it, bitch.
I have a feeling it's somebody we know trying to troll us.
Has to be.
If this channel does not have any content, it has no liked videos, it has no viewed videos besides ours. I should subscribe to his channel.
Yeah. I want to be funny and say it was me, but it wasn't.
Aww.
I actually know your YouTube account.
I know.
Chris.
I think I have more subscribers than him.
Everybody has more
with
subscribers.
0 videos.
This guy has nothing. Just like his life. Nothing.
Ooh.
Your sense of humor. Non-existent. You're
not
like
even an original fucking name.
I would say you're like the Batman v Superman of commenters, but at least 50% of that movie's quality. Nothing in your life is worth anything to us.
You're like Superman Returns.
You are the Superman Returns. You're 19 years old and worthless.
Fuck that. You're fucking Daredevil 2003. We know you exist, but no one wants to look at you.
No, he's like Elektra.
Yeah,
even I couldn't sit through that.
You are Halle Berry and Catwoman.
Ooh.
That's too much of a compliment.
A busty black woman?
At least Halle Berry looked good.
Yeah, Chris Redfield.
That was the only part of the movie. She was in a good cut. She looked good.
I mean, like you said, he's named after a shitty Resident Evil character.
He won't stand for this.
Oh, before we go, did you guys see the Assassin's Creed trailer?
Nope.
I did.
It's alright.
Do you think they're going to finally make a good video game movie?
No.
Fuck no.
It's been 21 years.
God damn it!
Since Mortal Kombat.
What are the records? Oh, God. I mean, Mortal Kombat...
I didn't hate the first Resident Evil movie.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
I said I didn't hate
Mortal
it.
Kombat was entertaining. I mean, I liked it as a kid.
I saw it in
Mortal
theaters,
Kombat's
dude.
good.
That movie was awesome as a kid.
I've watched it recently. I really do like that movie. Robin Shaw, he could have been the next Bruce Lee, bruh.
He should have been, man. He was in Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah, that's right, he was. He was in Street Fighter. Oh, shit.
He wasn't in Street
Wait, hold on. What happened
He
to
was
him?
in
Did he get
The
shot?
Story of Chun-Li. He was.
Oh.
You guys want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat has a higher rating than Batman v Superman. Dawn of Justice.
What?
See if Super
Makes
Mario
sense to me.
Brothers does.
Oh, fuck that. Come on.
You're the fact checker, Dan, but I'll still look.
You're looking already. Too late.
Does it? Does it? It does not.
Damn.
It only has a 15% score. Super Mario Brothers is a terrible movie.
It is.
Pretty shitty.
I saw it in
bad.
theaters as a kid. Hated it.
I didn't understand it. I was like, this is not like the video game.
I was just like, where's the dun 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 dun?
Mom, it's not
There's
doing
just
the thing.
a random fat black chick in that movie, just out of nowhere.
She's got the power.
That's their diversity role, Dion.
You know what this movie
They
needs?
didn't care about that in the 90s.
Yeah, that's
A
why movies are so
giant
good.
black woman.
You know they made a whole line of action figures for the Super Mario Brothers film.
Yep.
I had Luigi.
Did they really?
I had Luigi.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Did they make a video game off of it?
Nah, that would never. Yeah, they did. It's called Star Fox Adventures. No, but I'm looking at the 6 action figures they made. They have King Koopa dressed as the general, Mario and Luigi, the Goomba, and then those 2 greasy guys that wore the shitty suits.
No.
One played by
Iggy and
Fisher
Harry?
Steve. Yeah.
So they didn't even make Princess Daisy?
Nah, they didn't make a Daisy figure. Dude, you got to remember in the 90s.
I know way too much.
The best part of that movie was when he said that he was going to take his girlfriend to see WrestleMania 3. That's the only good part of that movie.
So that confirms the movie takes place in 1987.
Boom.
There we go. There's an episode of Hey Arnold where they go to WrestleMania. And
Really?
They call it WrestleMania. They like get there late and see only the main event, but it's a thing.
I remember that.
They did the same thing in Groundhog Day.
That's
It's mentioned.
WrestleMania is mentioned?
Yeah. Because the last time he goes through that, he gives these two kids WrestleMania tickets.
That would
Shit,
make
I gotta
sense
watch it
because-
again.
Dude, Groundhog Day is Bill Murray's best movie.
Yeah, well, and apparently the day count was 457.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm on the Hey Arnold Wikipedia page. Here we go. Helga wanted to go to a wrestling match called WrestleMania, a real-life wrestling event. WrestleMania 16 is the WrestleMania that Helga and Harold went to, and this episode aired a month before WrestleMania 16 happened. I guess WrestleMania is not a copyrighted word?
Poor kids.
Yeah. Dude, if I could change one thing about WrestleMania and have it be The Rock versus Triple H.
Thank you.
If The Rock win, WrestleMania 2000 wouldn't be that bad.
Thank you.
We had to wait till Backlash for it to be good.
God damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, that's a horse of a different color, which we'll talk about another week.
Did you guys see Adam Rose get arrested for domestic violence?
I'm actually
He's fired.
I'm looking at the fucking Adam Rose faces the judge. Wife begs for mercy on Facebook right now.
Didn't she
Well,
call
I
the
wonder
police?
why. He's not
she
making
did.
all of the money.
She called the police. He tried to snatch the phone out of her hand, and then so they got him for witness tampering for that.
Witness.
So
That's
they dropped the domestic violence charge in the court hearing, but he's held on a $500 bond for witness tampering.
Maybe it was Rose.
I don't know if he's got that
a
money.
$500 bond. Shit.
The
Yeah.
bunny's gonna bail him out.
I don't
Well,
know if he's got
well,
that.
Well,
thing is,
that's the
the
best
thing-
thing for them, according to their policy. If he was convicted of domestic violence, he would have been fired.
Well,
He's
the
going to
way,
get fired.
I mean, he's
now,
going
no
to get
matter
fired
what.
anyway, but, you know.
He's just
Usually-
suspended indefinitely right now.
well, usually the way bonds work is that as long as you put in 10%, you can get the money and get the person out.
So he's got to put in $50 and he's free.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
that in
no.
my
Bucks,
wallet.
$50 and then pay the rest back.
Can we start a GoFundMe to get Adam Rose out of jail?
All proceeds go to Jeff Hicks.
The bunny makes more than him
by the
anyway.
way, the kid when Bill Murray gives the kid WrestleMania tickets, it's Michael Shannon, General Zod from Man of Steel.
Son of a bitch.
Michael Shannon went to WrestleMania?
Yeah.
That bastard.
So,
Wow. So WrestleMania is in some good shit.
Yeah.
it's also in some bad shit.
If you Google it, it's in WrestleMania 27, 29, 32,
31.
26, 25,
5, 20,
20.
20. Oh, yeah, 20's half good. 15, 14, most of 13, all of 12.
9,
11 is the worst.
7.
The good
2.
WrestleManias are 17, 19, 21, 22.
You don't count 18?
Okay, it's good enough.
Yeah, 18.
It's good enough.
I'm looking at the pictures right now from Groundhog Day. Michael Shannon, WrestleMania, no way. Nowadays, I'd be like, oh, WrestleMania tickets. Cool.
Nowadays, it's like, sweet, now I don't have to buy it.
I've only been to the last 11 WrestleManias, but fuck it. Well, guys, let's put this baby to bed.
All right.
This has
How
been...
are we going to put it to bed? Shall we punch it?
You do whatever you want. I will not put my hands on that child.
Don't punch the baby.
Where's the knife at?
Kick the baby.
Don't kick
Don't
the
kick the
fucking
baby.
baby.
Kick the baby!
All domestic abuse aside, this is World Class Bullshitters. Every Thursday, we take a dump on the world of pop culture. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at the World Class BS using the hashtag WCBS. Find us on Facebook and contact us at worldclassbs@mail.com. The best mail
.com.
.com.
I've been your host, Jeff Hicks.
I'm the man with the plan, the original tan, and yes, I wiped my ass with that piece of shit that is Batman vs. Superman, and I am back, America. You're welcome.
That sounds painful.
His name's Dion Green.
Yeah,
Dion
his name's
Green.
Dion. I'm the man with no tan.
Or plan.
Do I look like a man with a plan?
But breeding problem.
And my name's Dan.
The only plan you have is to drink more Baja Blast.
Oddly enough, I have 2 of them right next to me.
Pitch black, bitch.
Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you, Vin Diesel.
Spiked it.
Oh. Who else is here? We got a Samoan. Say goodbye, Samoan.
Goodbye, Samoan.
And we got a doctor.
And we got
I'm the
Dick.
Dr. Phil. Don't forget to wipe your ass.
Or brush it.
Ass.
Or fuck it. Who knows?
You don't know.
Why
what you're
would
doing
you
with your
fuck
ass.
your own ass?
You're curious?
You're bored.
You said it. You're bored.
See, Phil, if you listen to our previous episodes, Dan impersonated you.
Oh, I did.
Yes!
We did.
Happy birthday.
I have impersonated everyone here except Nick and Jeff.
Because I'm always here.
And I'm Samoan.
And it
And
only,
Nick doesn't have enough, witty one-liners for me to mimic.
well, you
That's
could
true.
say, I don't know, something.
I'm Samoan.
That's offensive!
I can't wait for us to be famous, and then the whole world actually thinks that Nick is Samoan. It's gonna be great.
And
It's
they're
gonna
all
be so
going to think
great.
Phil's a doctor.
He's gonna be getting he's gonna get fucking emails. Are you related to The Rock?
Which
Do
is
you
funny
know this guy?
because Jeff should get those emails, not me.
That's
What,
Andre the
Samoan?
Giant. Different guy.
No, because you look like The Rock.
He looks like Andre the Giant.
He looks like Andre the Giant, dude.
Did you fill in that request to play him in the movie yet?
I'm considering it, actually.
Do
You need to
it.
fucking
should.
do it before it's
You
too
should
late.
just fucking do it.
I might. I mean, you guys
Don't be a
gonna,
pussy,
you
Jeff.
guys gonna back me up?
Dude, Shia
Yes.
LaBeouf that shit and just do it.
I will.
You have to do it so we can go to the red carpet.
So fucking horny. Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. Happy fucking birthday. Oh my god, so fucking horny. Oh my god, so horny. Oh my god, so horny. Happy birthday.
What is
How to
that?
make everybody shut up for 10 seconds.
That's for Joel. Because Joel said he wanted.
We don't give a shit what Joel wants.
Joel wanted to be here tonight, and I want to.
He got
So he sent his
a-
fucking Asian boyfriend instead to send us that video clip.
Yes,
Cause he's so horny.
that's from Joel. Yeah, I'll play Andre the Giant. I'm close enough in size.
Do it.
Want a peanut?
I just won't get a haircut ever again.
Anybody want a peanut?
You know what's gonna happen is they're gonna actually cast me in this movie, and you guys are gonna go, "Fuck, we know Andre the Giant."
Goddamn right.
Dude, they cast you and I'm gonna be like, I fucking knew it. All these years of making fun of you for looking like Andre.
Hey,
so-
if they cast you, I'm your agent. Don't sign a fucking thing till I get there.
I'm gonna get Michael Shannon to be my agent.
Dan's your producer.
I'm gonna give him WrestleMania tickets.
I'm the producer.
Produce
You
me
can
a
go-
latte.
It'll just
Yeah.
be like, oh my god.
One fucking producer.
Dion's your bodyguard.
Oh
Goddamn.
shit. You're dead.
If I ever did hire a
Dion-
bodyguard, it would
Dion-
be Dion.
Dion
I'll
doesn't,
be your
need,
limo
Dion
driver.
doesn't even need a gun. He'll just talk to the guy and just be like, listen, motherfucker.
Like,
You're not doing shit.
You want to lose 100 pounds in 9 months? Here's some AIDS.
No, Dion, anytime someone starts shit with me, I'm like, just imagine it's Zack Snyder, dude.
Oh, dude, I will just scream at them until they relent.
Please don't hurt me, sir. You're a
Oh my
large
god,
black man.
I'm so sorry that I made a movie that you do not agree with, sir.
Let's go to Zack Snyder's house.
They'll scream at them until they relent?
Yes.
Or shit themselves, whatever happens first.
Just turn on Paw Patrol. Somebody will shit themselves.
Hopefully the
The ham
hopefully the
shit,
relenting
son.
will happen first.
How great of a night would it be if I came to pick you up, Dion, and we drove straight to California?
Dude, I would use the opportunity of you being fucking Andre the Giant all the way to fucking some horrible drug-fused harlot in Hollywood to say, yep,
Zach,
I lived the life.
Zack Snyder directs the.
No, dude, I'm gonna get you in one of
Giant
those.
biopic.
I'm gonna get you in one of those asylum directed video movies. You're gonna be like the Black Steven Seagal.
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Looks like we're on deadly ground.
Blackie Seagal. That'll be your name.
You better get a shitty mullet with a ponytail attached to it now.
Damn right.
Dion, stop cutting your hair, son.
Son?
Son?
Jeff, you need to stop cutting your hair.
I haven't had a haircut in like a month and a half.
You gotta grow the fro out, bro.
I have pictures of me with the long hair, so I can
Throw
just like, hey.
the throw out.
I actually do have pictures of like me next to Andre the Giant's clothes. I can wear them. I would look like I'm, trying to be a thug or something.
There's a picture of you next to the Andre the Giant statue.
That's true.
I'm sure
I
I
shared when they were talking about the Andre the Giant movie on who should play him. I put that picture on there.
You need to send me that picture because I don't know where it is, and I'll just send it.
It's on your Facebook.
Well, just send me the link again. I'm busy doing shit.
It's saved in my computer at work.
Wait, no, don't bother Phil. He's watching his 4K TV.
And all that glorious 4K content like Deadpool.
I didn't buy it because I wanted a 4K TV. I bought it because my TV died.
So when
Excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
So when your car dies, you're gonna go buy a Maserati? I just bought it because my Nissan died, or my Mazda.
You guys are acting like I paid a fortune for the CV. I didn't.
Oh, I don't blame you. It would be like having a spaceship and no rocket fuel. It's like I can't fly it. I can get in it and it looks cool, but I can't really do much with it.
We're saying you made a shitty investment, man.
It'd be like if I bought a car.
How did I make a shitty investment? Most TVs were running between $600 to $1,000, regardless of whether it was 4K or 1080p.
I don't know if I'd say no to a $6 TV.
I'd buy every TV fan.
It said $600.
You said 6.
Why? Wait, hold on. Why is the 1080p TV $600? What the hell is it lined with gold? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's like
Where did you go? Were you buying it out of some dude's trunk? And he was like, listen, man, this $600 TV is shit. What you want, dog, is this 4K. This shit's gonna be hot in about 7 years.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
I
about.
love
That
Dion is imitating a black guy. I love that. That's hilarious.
I look like you're saying Bill Cosby in the trunk, just like you
I
say.
know. It was like
You won't.
Are there roofies involved with this?
Well, Phil did get fucked.
Oh, I'm so glad we're back. I missed this show.
Said we're back.
Dan, that Lonely Island movie looks shittier and shittier every time I see the trailer.
And yet we're still going to go see it.
Hey, only if the listeners ask us to.
or if they pay us to.
I'm gonna start a Patreon account.
Do it.
Show, and it's gonna be like, hey guys, if you can help us get like $30 a month in donations, we'll go see any movie you want us to go see.
Oh god,
I am terrified.
Yeah. You should run a poll for that month and be like, all right, put in money and vote for the movie you want us to go watch.
And
jeez,
then
the fucked up thing, those would probably be our highest episodes. It would just be our broken souls just being like, oh my god, like we went and saw Ghostbusters.
you didn't hear me cry on my microphone for Star Wars? Fuck, if that happens for Ghostbusters, I would just be in the theater going, why am I here?
I'm going to hold my phone next to him just recording. It's like,
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna make us go watch like Angry Birds or something.
Oh
God.
Jesus.
I would watch Angry Birds over Ghostbusters.
Actually, I would. Even though that's like that game came out, what seems to be like 10 years ago, and I don't know why they're making a movie now of it.
Talking
because
about missing the
spinning
boat.
it off of the TV show that somehow became a thing after the game.
Really? That was a TV show?
Yep.
Holy shit! I didn't even know that.
Happy fucking
I
birthday.
was at Best Buy and they had Angry Birds Season 2 Blu-rays on sale.
They didn't have them on 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays yet?
No,
I
they
feel like
weren't
that's the
that
best
big
thing to
guy
watch.
yet.
No, because putting them on quartz cubes doesn't exist yet.
Oh.
That technology's not scaled down to the consumer level yet.
Do you remember when Sony was going to release like those hard drive movies?
Oh my
Ultra
god.
4K or whatever?
Oh my god. Holy shit.
It's like you can only get the Amazing Spider-Man. It's like, well, that's
Well,
It's like
I mean, it's a bad movie in 480i, 720, 1080, 4K, it's just shit. I know what a
Oh
turd
my
looks like in
God.
any resolution. Believe me, I rented Serial Mom on VHS as a kid. It was a terrible movie.
Love Serial Mom.
That sounds like a great investment.
Serial Mom was, I think, my favorite John Waters movie.
I'm gonna go with Pecker.
Pecker's pretty good too.
I ran into John Waters at a Starbucks once.
How'd that work out?
I said, "Hey, John Waters, what's up, man?" He goes, "How are you?" I said, "I'm good." I said, "I like the movie Pecker." And then my order came up, and I said, "Well, nice talking to you," and I walked away. I mean, what do you really say to John Waters besides, like, your mustache is awesome?
Good point.
Are you gay? Is it a...
Clearly.
Mustache is awesome. Please don't look at me like that.
Please help. That would be the weirdest conversation, but we didn't have it. All right, well, that's it for bullshitters.
Excellent
I think
segue.
we ran the gamut tonight. We talked about John Waters, Zack Snyder, and Joss Whedon.
In 4K TVs.
And throwing your money in the toilet and shitting on it. Like, I've always dreamed of wiping my ass with a $100 bill. I'm just gonna just up the ante and wipe my ass with a 4K television.
That would hurt.
I'm gonna shit in your HDMI port still.
But you'll at least be able to see it in amazing resolution.
You're gonna smell it too.
That chuck of corn looks great in 4K.
Oh my god! It's got those industrial light settings. Holy shit, it's like I'm in the turd.
It's like I'm right there.
Is it a 3D TV, Phil?
Fuck no.
3D
I see
4K?
it.
You know how I feel about 3D anything, Jeff.
It's the best investment you can possibly make.
No, that's 4K TVs.
Oh, okay.
No. 3D 4K will come out in next year, and then Phil will kick himself for not waiting for that.
He'll say, "God damn it, Devontae, show me that piece of shit TV out of your trunk."
Devontae.
Well,
Fuck.
You see?
we got Andre on the show here tonight. What a racist prick that guy was.
There's no return policy in my trunk. You don't have to buy a new TV, you see?
Oh. Phil, have you learned your lesson to never buy a TV from the trunk of a car from a black guy wearing a Cosby sweater?
I learned my lesson not to tell you people anything.
Dion, would you like a puff of my inhaler? You look like you're dying.
Oh my god. I just would so pay to see Phil's face at the point where Jeff is like, a black dude wearing a Cosby sweater.
We need to start live streaming so everyone can see our faces.
Dion,
know,
please do that face one more time.
All
Hold on, yeah, I'm gonna print screen that shit. That's our next
Okay.
T-shirt.
right, you ready? You
Yeah.
ready?
Do it.
Phil, you're watching this in 4K. You ready? I'm kidding.
And that is officially the T-shirt for Dion Green, family abortionist.
T-shirt number 12.
One day it'll come up, and we'll
Oh
get it.
shit.
All right, well, that has been the show. If you have managed to listen to this entire episode,
Congratulations, you deserve a cookie.
the word for this week's show is courage.
What?